effect of our feelings is decision making. We decide to learn, memorize, inform perceptions, intentions, and attitudes about the emotion.
Definition of mood. Moods are simply your state of mind and represents how we feel over time. They are cautious things. They can last hours or days. Moods usually have low intensity. The cause of for our mood is very general and unclear. Moods, moods affect our behavior, mental, social, and physical health.
This is how they all work together. Our feelings are interpretation of our emotions, which can turn into a mood. The mood can affect our emotion. Now, let's explore a few emotions into detail. Let's explore the happy emotion. Under the umbrella of happy, we may have many of these feelings. These are some of the behaviors we may show. We may have a positive mood as a result. Remember, to zone in on our feelings, we have to expand our vocabulary. This allows you to understand your behavior and gives you an opportunity to make a request for any needs you have. Here's an example. I feel calm because I'm happy. I need to savor and remember this moment. My mood is positive. Or I'm in an amazing mood. I'm happy because I feel appreciated. I need to photograph this moment. My mood is joyful. Now let's explore the anger emotion. Under the umbrella of anger, we may have many of these feelings. These are some of the behaviors we may show. We have a negative mood or state of mind as a result. Here's an example of how language helps with this emotion. I feel annoyed and frustrated because I'm angry. I need you to hear me. Or, I'm in a bad mood. I'm angry because I feel offended by your words. I need clarity on what you said. Let's explore the disgust emotion. Under the umbrella of disgust, we may have many of these feelings. These are some of the behaviors we may show. We may have a cynical mood or state of mind as a result. Here's an example of how language helps with this emotion. I feel sick and nauseous because I am disgusted with my meal. Or, I need to take some medicine and lie down.
Let's explore the fear emotion. Under the umbrella of fear, we may have many of these feelings. These are some of the behaviors we may show. We may have an anxious mood or state of mind. As a result, here's an example of how language helps with this emotion. I feel threatened and unsafe because I'm in fear of something. I need to get away and find a calm place. Or I'm in an anxious mood. I'm fearful because I feel terrified on roller coasters. I need to stop. Let's explore the sad emotion. Under the umbrella of sad, we may have many of these feelings. These are just some of the behaviors we may show. We may have a somber mood or state of mind as a result. Here's an example of how language helps with this emotion. I feel hurt and left out because I am sad my friends aren't talking to me. I need nice friends. Or I'm in a depressed mood. I am sad because I feel guilty about getting a bad grade because I did not study. I need to do better. Let's explore the genius emotion. This is the newer emotion that has just been identified by professionals. This is our favorite one. As a junior Sankofa world changer, we will experience this this emotion a lot. Under the umbrella of genius, we may have many of these feelings. These are some of the behaviors we may show. We may have a curious mood as a result. Here's an example. I feel inspired and proud because studying my history causes my genius to surface. Or I am in a creative mood. I'm interested because I feel motivated by the music that is playing. I need to sing and dance.
It improves communication. Having a healthy emotional vocabulary is priceless. When children know what they're feeling, they can communicate their emotions more effectively. For example, saying that you are heartbroken carries a different weight than simply saying that you're sad. This ability helps children build meaningful relationships with those around them and better manage conflicts. They are able to respond, not react. Greater self awareness. Knowing certain feelings exist and being able to identify them in the moment gives children greater self awareness. It can help them take ownership of their emotions and develop better coping strategies. Increased empathy. When children understand their own emotions, it is also helps them become more empathetic to others. Having empathy allows them to respond and communicate better with those around them. Higher emotional intelligence. Being able to recognize and understand emotions helps children learn how to cope and navigate difficult situations. It leads to a higher emotional intelligence, a skill that's essential for navigating life's challenges.
Finally, here are some resources that will help you zone in on your feelings, on your emotions, feelings, and moods. They will help you understand the connections to your thoughts, behaviors, social, emotional, and physical health. This is the wheel of emotions. Remember, we said that feelings are complex. As you can see, there are many versions of this wheel, ranging from very basic to very complex. We like the wheel on the left because it has the new genius of emotion. It also helps you identify, communicate, and manage your emotions. In the center of this wheel, we have the 6 to 8 emotions that go beyond the primary emotions that were taught in school: happy, anger, sad, and fear. In the next 1 to 2 circles from the center, the wheel explores feelings connected to that emotion. We like the illustration on the right because it helps you understand the intensity of your emotions. We encourage everyone to find one that they like and print it out to help you.
This wheel of emotions also has depth and dimensions. We like this illustration because it helps you understand the intensity of your emotions. For example, your emotions can range from extreme to mild. Your genius can present as groundbreaking, exceptional, talented, or thoughtful. When you are happy, you can be extremely elated or mildly pleased. When angry, you may be blind with rage or just irritated. Having the correct vocabulary to express your emotions is crucial in finding the correct solution. This is a wheel that we like. It does not go beyond secondary emotions, but it does show related behaviors or actions that are associated with this emotion.
We like this resource because it demonstrates how emotions, feelings, and moods show up in your body. Remember to pay attention to what your body is telling you. It will alert if anything is wrong, working well, or if your check engine light is on.
We like this one as a daily resource. It is like doing a safety inspection on yourself and walking you through all of the things that you need to take care of. How am I doing today? What's going on in my world? What is my body telling me? Did I get enough sleep? Did I eat or drink today? Have I gone outside or moved my body? Is my energy tank full? Is my check engine light on?
Thank you. Do you have any questions? Did this help you zone in on your emotions?
Let's give these pharaohs, we can come off mute, a round of applause.
Excellent.
Yes.
Yeah. That's all right now.
Way to go,
Awesome. Awesome.
Excellent.
Way to go.
Excellent.
Keep on
Nice.
keeping on.
Great
Don't
job.
never stop.
Great.
Amazing.
Excellent.
Great
Thank you so
teachers.
much.
Little
That
warriors.
was good.
Excellent presentation.
Yes. Yes.
You for teaching us, because we're never too old to learn. And I thank you for sharing that with us. And kudos to your mom and dad.
Yes.
Thank you. You're welcome.
Amen to that.
The mom and dad, yes.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. Round of
Have
applause.
some future
Yeah, for
therapists on
parents,
our
that's right.
hands. That's good therapy right there.
Yeah.
I think
Thank
you
you.
I think you did an excellent job, and it's important for you children, for you young kings, to know your emotions and your moods and the way that you're feeling about things, because then you can better articulate to us, the adults, where we can better communicate with you and help you and talk to you and have understanding about what you're feeling. Because in today's world, adults sometimes don't even know how to identify what they're feeling or what they're going through or their reactions or responses to the outside stimuli. But you are learning how to do that so you can better deal with what's going on in your world. And hopefully that will make it better between your village and yourselves. I salute you for such a great job. You taught me a lot. Thank you so much. And I'm a doctor.
Yes, we Pharaohs Peyton and Jaden, when they presented that to the nation, we all were like, wow. But those are the types of presentations that we get on a monthly basis. But this emotional piece, I felt that it would truly benefit the Sunday dinner, because I know we've all felt all of those emotions that they were talking about. And we, as adults, need to learn how to articulate better our emotions too, because we are walking through a minefield that we will help us hopefully develop and work together greatly today during our Sunday dinner. So again, my pharaohs, I always bow. Thank you so much for being here. And you asked if there were any questions. So let's see if any of the adults have any questions.
Thank you, Missy Brown.
You're welcome.
I know we got to have a question from somebody in the audience. Let's at least get one, because they did such a great job presenting today.
My question, Carol, would be,
I'd like to.
you have learned the information technically. You have learned, you have read, and you have learned from that. Has it better helped you in identifying how you really feel and your mood swings and how you navigate through your moods and your feelings and your emotions? How has it helped you personally?
Instead of saying that I'm like sad or angry, I know exactly what I'm actually feeling.
Excellent.
That's when I can talk to my parents or I can talk to a teacher. You know, they don't think I'm just angry. They know what I feel exactly.
Can you control your anger?
Yes. Yes, I do.
Good. How do you do that?
I just keep calm.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
You know, we
I
have
take
a lot of angry young people out here right now, and it's not a good thing for us, for the village. It's difficult to help them. So the fact that you are learning to control your anger and you know the stimulus for it, that's really good. You're in a good place. How about you, young Pharaoh? Do you experience your moods and your emotions as well?
Yes.
So if you get angry, you know why you're angry?
Yes, because from what I researched, I know that there's more emotions than just angry, happy, sad, and fearful. Like you can also like expand on what you're also feeling, like more exactly how you're feeling.
I love that. Thank you so much, both of you.
Thank you.
Oh, we got one more question. Elaine?
Yes. Wow. I had just gotten off of church, so I signed in late, but I came in right on time. Honors to our young king, our students here. They are fantastic. And as a retired educator, I'm just over here cheesing. But what my question is this for both of them. They did an outstanding job of teaching today to probably mostly adults. I hope people that have children actually had them listening, but I don't know. But I'd like to know, how has this, what they have learned and are practicing, helped them? I partially heard one of them say something about their teachers at school, but it was a two-part question. How has this helped them with their interaction with their teachers, but also with their classmates at school? And have they been able to share some of this through example, but also maybe verbalizing some of these things to their classmates? Hopefully that was clear.
Thank you.
Mhm.
It was.
What about the educators, the teachers? How has this, you mentioned it, but I was wondering, have you really seen a difference in the way the teachers are treating you guys?
They treat me kinder, and they know like if I'm like sleepy or tired, or if I'm a little upset or something, and they know, and if they see it, they ask me, what do you need, and I have the opportunity to advocate what I really need, and and they don't have to assume what I need and how I feel.
Fantastic. Was that like that always, or more so after you started learning more about the emotional side?
More so after.
Fantastic. Okay. Anything with your own classmates?
We actually don't argue all the time because of anger.
Okay. Yeah. Could you repeat?
Thank you so much.
All right. Okay, somebody still has on their so everybody please mute. But thank you so much, Pharaoh, Peyton, and Jaden. Thank you all adults. Hopefully, I know the adults were asking about you all as children. Hopefully this has helped the adults to understand. I know everyone has gone through a lot of emotions during these past 3 weeks that seemed like 10 years. So hopefully that in experiencing this presentation, because it was a great help to the nation, and I'm sorry for the phone ringing, but it was a great experience to the nation. And hopefully you all can look and take that as we go forward for our remaining time, really for the rest of our lives. All right, thank you. Pharaohs, Jaden, and Peyton, do you have anything else to say? Because after you speak, then we'll return everything back to Mr. Freddie Taylor.
Hi, this is Peyton and Jaden's mom. I just wanted to say that after researching this and learning about how to express their emotions, feelings, and moods, that was an important part. But the next step was learning to take advantage of an opportunity to make a request. You know, you can just kind of put your emotions out into the universe, but follow that up, go one step further, make a request. I need space. I need you to listen. I need to, and that's a part that I think most people miss. And that's very crucial when you're working through your emotions, moods, and feelings. Make a request, you know, tell them what you need. You can't just say I'm angry and leave it out there. Make a request, and that helps. That's that next step that's so important. And that's been very helpful with them. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Let's give them one more round of applause. Thank you.
Thank you, Pharaohs. Thank you so much. It's been amazing. I love your presentation.
Good job. Good job.
Good
Always
job.
incredible. Always, always.
God bless you.
Yes, yes, they did an amazing job, right? Like, wow, wow, right? Wow. I think that's like, I mean, give me in the comments, give me one word. If you had to describe what you just experienced, give me one word. I know that's impossible, right? But just, yeah, wow. I see the wows coming through. Pride, yeah, yeah. Just give me one word in the comments. If you can encapsulate that in there. Sister Cecilia, you want to say something, right? Come on in, young lady. Yeah, amazing.
All right. I wondered if this presentation was done with the parents, with all to all the parents, because it seems parents parent like they were parented. So this is a re-education of the parent. It has to be a re-education of the parents in order to deal with the child who says why, or I'm sad, or how to probe further and how to listen, because it's easy to get back into what we learned was because I said so. And there was no negotiation, no, parents didn't really listen to the children. So how did you retrain the parents?
So is that for Mama?
Either for the mom or for Dr. Gwen.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay. And I'm not a doctor, but thank
Not
you
a doctor, but
we're giving you an honorary.
Right, yeah.
Thank you. So there are some parents who are part of the nation because they've been with us for a while, but the parents who have their children in the nation and the Sankofa Club, they've already made a commitment. Now we have not presented or invited parents to come to hear that presentation, but I believe that the children who did hear the presentation understood that whatever you say, you still say it respectfully. I think we even mentioned that you say it respectfully, but what they were giving was a complete explanation of how they were feeling, which really, as I think you're indicating, a good parent should be listening. Okay, they're not saying, well, I'm mad and arms folded. I feel disappointed because I didn't get to go. And sometimes being a counselor, sometimes I feel disappointed because I didn't get to go with my dad when he promised he was going to take me. And so hearing I feel disappointment comes across differently than I'm just mad and storming around. And this
Right.
is what this presentation does for young people, but it does it for us too, because a lot of adults will say, I'm mad, and then you have to keep probing, well, what are you mad about? And it helps you to connect to what is the real feeling, or, um, I feel sad, and it could be because somebody has passed away. I am mourning, I am in deep grief, so it gives a different language. And then when somebody hears I am grieving as opposed to I am sad, you can empathetically connect to grieving. You know that's a painful state. So hopefully, when people hear this, whether they're great parents or what have you, when you hear this different language, when you break down those emotions, then the response is different.
Yeah,
You
I
know,
got, yeah, I
say all
understand.
of us, we could be saying to one another, I am grieving for what I was expecting 2008 when Barack Obama was president. I am grieving the loss of the hope that we had. That's a real piece rather than I'm mad as all get out because Trump is in office. That's broad. But if you really sit with your emotion and say, no, it's a grief. There's a grief there. And a lot of times we don't even realize that even in our anger about what's happening, we have a grief there. So and it's all right to grieve, and nobody can tell you how long you should grieve, but being active with Sunday dinner helps to empower you to kind of move forward with whatever your feeling is, which would umbrella for the under the with the umbrella it would sound like sad, but underneath it would be grief.
Mhm.
Okay, that's just an example.
Right. Okay,
That's good.
sounds good.
That's good.
Understand.
Amazing, amazing, amazing work, Sister Gwen. I always say that, so I want to keep holding myself accountable, y'all. And Sunday dinner crowd,
Thank you.
we committed to get Sister Gwen a bigger platform, because she is definitely a national treasure, and needs it. We need her, right? We need her, and we need more children like Jaden and Peyton. We need more parents. Like we just need to pour into us. So I appreciate the young pharaohs. Let's bow and give homage to them. We definitely appreciate you and your work. I know we're going on an hour, right? It's only on your Sunday. I'm pretty sure you got a packed week. So we definitely appreciate y'all taking the time for us, and thank your mom and dad for assisting and allowing for sharing you with us, right? We definitely appreciated the
Yeah.
elders in the community. And grandma just whispered in my ear, she has some new favorites. I thought I was the favorite. um they took me over. It's all right. It's all right. I'm cool with being number 3. I'm okay. I'm okay with that. But after that performance, like, I mean, we only going downhill from here. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm sorry. Maybe we should have finished with them. I told you I got like some really great conversation coming up for y'all, but I don't know if I can really follow that. So I'm gonna give you poor humor in the meantime. But one more time, yeah, and one more time in the comments for the Sankofa Nation and the work that they're doing. That is just beautiful stuff. And this is what we need in our families, right? So like we've been repositioning to really talk about healing our families and working, and like we all need that emotional umbrella to really start digging in. And I saw y'all in the comments saying like, man, they're really teaching us about emotional intelligence. Like it was really a deep presentation, right? So I'm looking forward. Hey, wouldn't this be crazy? Somebody said, if you have a dream, go for it, right? So let's speak this into reality. What if they turn that into a TED talk? Right? Like what if they were on that red dot
Oh,
doing
wow.
that presentation?
Yeah.
Wouldn't that
Wow.
be amazing? I could totally see it. So, all right, I got goosebumps right there, right? Like, like, yeah, like that just hit me though. That would be that would be amazing, and we would definitely support y'all, right? I think everybody on here, we would definitely submit their names and like push it, right? I think it would be a beautiful, and it's an important discussion, particularly with not just the political climate that's going on right now, but just um really in the world today, right? Like it's not nothing to really do with the dude in the office, but everybody needs that information. But y'all are fantastic, right? Like, and that is definitely something you could do. I got a dream of doing a TED talk, but you'll probably do one before I do. So
So,
this is definitely great material.
so Freddie, I challenge you because that's the aim for you to do this year, and prepping for it and whatnot. It would be great to have a couple of sessions with Jaden and Peyton, with you, going over some pointers and things that you've learned with public speaking. I think that would be a great workshop for them.
Okay. What you doing on here? Ain't you supposed to be somewhere? Hey, Tamika always here. Look, she in the background, y'all. I told y'all she know I be getting a little loose lip, so she be watching me, making sure I don't mess up her baby here. But no, thank you for that, and thank you for the challenge, as well. And then if I got to be accountable to the pharaohs, then I got to show up, right? That's
Yeah.
definitely good.
I have to go for a while, but I'll have you all on, but I have to physically go, but you all will be on. Okay. All right. See you in a little, but I'll be listening.
Okay. Thank you, Gwen. We appreciate you. We definitely appreciate you. All right,
Thank
man.
you.
Like I said, I don't know how to follow that, right? Like, yeah, TED Talk, go for it. That is on our calendar. Tamiko is in the background pushing me as usual. But yeah, we're gonna be great this year. This is our year as an organization. Like we putting it all out there. Like I know Sister Gwen talks about some of the solutions that we're yearning for. Literally, the organization is working. We're doing the work, right? We're doing the work. I just do a poor job of promoting it and putting it out there. So you saw now we got the PR agent. So you've seen us on the news. I actually did another news segment last week that I didn't share with y'all. I don't know if I got the video queued up or whatnot, but yeah, we're waiting on ABC. Like we're coming. We're coming, right? Like Roland Martin, all of that good stuff is in the works. We about to put this work out here because the people standing behind me that allowed me to be the mouthpiece of the thing is putting in the work, right? Like I can't take the credit. I can't take the credit for it because they are literally putting in the work, but I am loud. Maybe that's why grandma always recognizes me. Okay. Oh, thank you, Carla. I appreciate that. Yeah, you can only do your best, right? And I'm trying to improve daily, right? Like I'm literally end of the month, I'm headed to Disney. Not for a vacation. My kids are grown, right? But I'm going to their Disney Leadership Institute because I know that that is an element of the business that I need to continue to grow. I'm a stern believer in personal development, reading and growth, right? And this is why I be sharing so much with y'all because we got to grow. If we want better families, we got to become better people, right? So we have to continue to pour into ourselves and not just history and culture, right? We got to continue to make time for that growth. So I'm really excited about getting to Disney so I can be a better leader inside of the organization, and then we can have better output as an organization. Because as I get better, we can create a better platform to fill your needs. And sometimes needs and things that you might not even be aware of that you need, right? So I'm trying to transition into the content because I'm telling you, we cooking today. I got a discussion that is very important for us to have. But before I before I jump out the window, I'm gonna kill y'all with that Jay-Z quote. I want to drop this link because we're talking about action. Oh, is that not the right link? Why ain't that? We're talking about action and getting things done. And as y'all know, last month I was in Washington, D.C., and I went to the Blacksonian, and I was disappointed because they start the conversation in slavery. So we started talking about doing a letter writing campaign. So bam, we got the letter right here. You can go ahead and download that, click that link, download this letter, print it out, sign your name, and mail it off to the Blacksonian or the African American History Museum. and let them know that our story started before slavery. We are pushing that letter writing campaign. I signed my letter. I got to go ahead and mail it and film it so that we can continue to build this momentum. So every Sunday, you're going to hear me pushing that. So we are going to mail the Blacksonian and let them know that if you're going to start the story of African Americans in Africa, don't start it with slavery. Start it with context around a stolen human trafficked people who had a long history of culture, tradition, education, technology, improvement, governance, family, and all of these important things. You stole people. You did not bring no damn slaves. Nobody went into the continent and grab any African American. There was no such thing as an African American, and you can't just recreate us as a people. Particularly again at the African American History Museum, because I get the pushback. Freddie, but it's an African American History Museum. Why would they talk about African history? Because when you go down in that basement, it starts in the 1400s and it starts with slavery, as if these people didn't have any history long before that. And they spent all this money on this place. I'm pretty sure they can have one damn room that can talk about the context of what was happening on the continent before people were stolen, before they were human trafficked. And it's a shame that I feel like, this is just me, this is a personal opinion, I feel like I have to use the word human trafficking to get somebody to give a damn, because we are so desensitized to the word slave. You just think like, yeah, they wasn't doing nothing anyway, right? But you think about human trafficking, right? That kind of pulls on your heartstrings in a different way. Conversing with people is a lot of psychology, right? So I'm always trying to be cognizant of the words and the letters and the words that I'm using. So it's just a thought. Great job. Sign that letter. Yeah, sign that letter. Put Shilling in. Like, let's do it right. Start with the empire. Just create some damn context, right? The Benin Empire was thriving. The Malayan Empire was going down. Ghana had a thriving economy. Like Nigeria was doing their thing. Obviously, these weren't the names. These weren't the names of those places, right? But there's some context to be given to the discussion, right? So anyway, I didn't want to dive too deep into that, but that pissed me off a lot. I'll drop the link if you want to see my whole diatribe about it. It's about 25, 30 minutes. I kind of went in on that conversation. All right. I needed to get that out. I want to invite you Tuesday. Come on out to our webinar. We are hosting editing the letter now. Yeah, Cheryl, that's what I'm talking about. Why are we on Sunday dinner? Yeah, go ahead, click the link. Click that link and go ahead and start editing it now, putting your information in, getting ready to print it out. And like, let's mail those out this week. Let's start getting momentum around this because it's trash, man. They spending hundreds of millions of dollars. You can't put one more room in there. Like, stop it. They really treat us like we are ignorant people, but a lot of times we act that way, right? And we allow individuals to do this. And I know there's a whole, I see them in the comments, you should start your own museum. Yeah, all right. Well, we got enough. We got some of them too, right? We got those things, but this one is a big propaganda piece. And I frankly hate it, right? Yeah, put the link. Oh, the link is above. Let me drop it again. Blacksonian letter. That's what
Freddie, also, I just wanted to let everyone know that they're asking for editing abilities. They can copy the document and paste it into their own, just because we literally emailed this to like a whole database, and someone might mess the letter up by changing it. So if you could just copy it and paste it into your own document. Okay, great. She was able to download it. Perfect. But yeah, if you could do that, would be best.
That's good. See, this is why Tamiko be on watching, because I would have left that out. But that was pretty important, right? Because I opened it. I was about to open up editing, right? Because then y'all know how those other folks, they love to find their way into our spaces and undermine efforts that we're doing. So, you mess around, get a letter that say something crazy. So that's a good thought. Thank you for that, Tamiko. But I want to invite you out to our Ultimate Legacy Building conversation as well. So you set that up every Tuesday, or Tuesday we'll be having this discussion. But we're talking about building the family and building the legacy that we need. I have always been trying to push. Come on. I've always trying to push our YouTube page, so please subscribe to our YouTube page. I'm just dropping my links before I dive into this next segment. And I know it's going to kick off some conversation as well. So I want to get that out of the way. I think I'm all good on my links. Oh, I got one more. I want to invite y'all to our I got too many links. I don't even see it. I want to invite y'all to our social network. Get it out, Freddie. Sankofa Universe, right? So we have our very own social network as well. That's that last link there. Let me put Sankofa Universe. I think we got 150 people on there. It's real small for now, but we're going to continue to build and grow that because we need spaces that we can have our own important discussions. All right. I think all of that business is out of the way. I want to dive into the next conversation, right? The pharaohs are amazing. I didn't know what they were going to present on, right? What if when we were younger, we had that type of energy and love poured into us, right? And some of us maybe had that, right? And kudos and blessings to you, but everybody didn't get that. We need more of that in our community. So, but anyway, on the table this week, right? Protecting yourself and your family from what's coming. Okay. If you got the emails, that was one of the conversations in there. I mean, you probably didn't know exactly what I was talking about when I put that in there. But I want to play a quick video. This is on YouTube, Instagram, and it came across my feed, and I thought it was like of epic importance, right? If you ain't got this in place, you're gonna thank this sister that I'm about to play her video. I think it's a couple of minutes long. Please pay attention. It could save your life. Two, it could definitely save a lot of hassle that's going on with this new administration. So you'll see, right? But let me play this video and then we can dive into the pieces. Yeah. All right. Enough suspense, right? Come on, Freddie. What is it? Give me that. Let's have this discussion. Let's listen up first, and then we're gonna dive into the discussion after this.
People, well, anybody can use the information coming from this video. Watch this.
Yeah. I want you to know she's talking to Black people.
People, well, anybody can use the information coming from this video. Watch this.
A travel warning: if you're traveling in 2025 out of the US, you need to know 3 huge changes that are changing everything. It's a first, or you won't be able to go anywhere. Number 1, if you're trying to fly domestically in the US, your old driver's license isn't going to work after May 7th, 2025. You're going to need a real ID. You apply at your local DMV and get it done now before they get slammed. Number 2, if you're planning to travel from the US to the UK, which is Northern Ireland, England, Wales, Scotland, you're going to need for the first time a travel waiver. And that means you're going to have to apply. It's $13. It lasts for 2 years. But even if you're going for a day, you need to have the waiver. And there is another group of European countries, 30 of them, like France, Germany, Italy. They're requiring their own waiver. It's $7. It lasts 3 years. These are attached to your passport. Make sure your passport doesn't expire, because when your passport expires, these waivers expires and you have to start over.
Black people, get your affairs in order. Yes, a lot of us are holding other marginalized communities accountable for how they voted and for how they treat Black people in the Black community. While you're holding others accountable, make sure that your affairs are in order. Make sure that you have a certified copy of your birth certificate. If you have your original birth certificate, I know we don't like to walk around with our original documents. Make a copy of that birth certificate. Go to a notary public and have her certify / notarize that copy of your birth certificate. That makes that copy a certified copy of your birth certificate. When she's notarizing that copy, make sure she includes a statement that says, I'm a notary. And on all the documents, especially if they're copies of original documents, I include a statement that says, I, Tabitha, Notary Public, certify that this is a copy of the original document that is in the possession of whoever the birth certificate belongs to. If you are not carrying around your original Social Security card, do the same for your Social Security card. Make a copy of it, take it to a notary, and have her certify that copy. Notarize it. If you have a passport, you can use your passport in place of that birth certificate. Reason being, in order to get that passport, you have to provide a copy, a certified copy of your birth certificate. So you can use your passport in place of a birth certificate. If you are using a copy of your passport, have that copy certified. I've talked about this in a few other videos since the election, and I've had people getting down in my comments telling me that I'm overreacting. I'm not overreacting. I'm preparing Black people. Last year, I did a video talking about laws that were passed in Texas, in Georgia, and in Florida. That law was basically, the essence of that law is that police officers in those states can legally stop you, under suspicion that you are an illegal immigrant. And in that instance, you want to make sure that you have proof that you are a citizen. So it is my suggestion, just like you carry your driver's license with you everywhere you go, you want to carry proof of citizenship now, everywhere you go. And your proof of citizenship is a passport or birth certificate. That driver's license is not proof of citizenship. It is a valid government ID, a valid government picture ID, but it is not proof of citizenship. In her video, she talked about needing a real ID. Everybody nationwide, adults, will need to have a real ID. And the deadline is May 7th, I think she said. I didn't know what a real ID was, so I had to go out and look it up. So to get more information on a real ID, I suggest you go over to Google, put in your state and the term real ID, and your state's website for real ID requirements should come up. This is the Georgia Department of Driver Services, and they have information on what a real ID is and how to obtain it. Basically, a real ID is a driver's license that has a black star or a gold star, and it's in one of the corners of the driver's license, right? And it's for those of you in Georgia, it just confirms that this is a real ID, and it has all of these new mechanisms on the ID, barcodes, holographs and things like that. So yeah, I looked at mine and it has a gold star up in one of the corners. So make sure that your driver's license is considered a real ID. Listen, Black people, the government has been attacking us for decades, for centuries, for 400 years. And the way we have been able to maneuver and make it through all of these years is because of how we share and spread information. Okay? So currently, The Latino community is going through it. I just learned that Donald Trump does plan to reinstitute the Muslim ban, and there's additional information now included with that Muslim ban that's going to attack and harm the Arab community, the Muslim community here in the United States, right? And once they're all done, we're going to be watching to see what they're going to do with the 14th Amendment, which comes after us. So make sure while all of this is going on that you have your papers. Yes, we are back in that time period. Make sure you have your papers, especially if you are in the state of Texas, Florida, and Georgia, because of that law that they put in about a year ago, giving permission to police officers to be able to stop you under suspicion that you are an illegal immigrant. Share this video so the word gets out.
You're muted, Freddie.
Let me drop the link down to that video so that y'all can do exactly that. Share that. What did y'all think of the information right now? Maybe I'm tripping. Maybe I'm just in left field. Like, Fred is I'm a conspiracy theorist, all of that stuff. Like, I know how we love to dismiss individuals that aren't talking along the regular talking points that you get through the news and whatnot. But let me go off on a quick tirade, real quick, a quick rant. Let me dead this conversation around conspiracy theory, right? If you're using that, you're dismissing people, you're marginalizing individuals because you think they're a conspiracy theorist. You are kidding yourself at best. You are delusional at worst. And y'all know how I am. Like, I don't really care because I'll just tell you how I feel. But if you think that the Europeans is controlling the globe because it ain't a damn conspiracy going on, I don't know what the hell is wrong with you, or what type of, if you're clearly not listening to us or diving into our historical programs, because if you just read and understand history, there is an active conspiracy happening on the planet, right? So to dismiss people as conspiracy theorists because there's a percentage of people who are just throwing out wild allegations, and so you put everybody in that boat, is really a delusional mindset, because there's clearly a conspiracy happening, right? So let's get over that. Let's just dismiss that conversation in altogether, because we're in an intelligent space and we're gonna have this conversation. But it's the sister tripping. The Latino community, the Central America, Latin America, Mexico, they catching the flux right now. All of those Latins for Trump. I mean, they drunk the Kool-Aid, and now he's doing the exact opposite. I giggled. I probably shouldn't have giggled, so I apologize for that. But it is kind of funny, right? Because a known liar lied to you, and now you're shocked. Right. And then the Arab community, they got the same thing going on. If anybody's from Michigan, you know exactly what I'm talking about with Dearborn and the Arab population there, and the wealth that they have there. And they were campaigning hard for Trump, and the Palestinian community, even in Michigan, on the same thing. And now he's literally talking about occupying Gaza from the United States. Right. And historically, like the sister talked about, y'all already know they coming for us. So after they get done with these individuals, let's be prepared. And I still love that message. Oh, maybe we are overreacting. Maybe we are tripping. But what's wrong with proper preparation? Let's be ready. I'm not telling you to be fearful. I'm not a fear monger. I believe we are an intelligent people. We can move gracefully, and we know how to make things happen. We have survived worse. So I think we're going to thrive coming out of this. But what's wrong with preparation, right? What's wrong with preparation? I don't think that there's anything wrong with it, right? It's better to be safe than sorry. So just really quick, I want you to understand that Real ID thing is happening. If you're a traveler, if you get on planes, you better get your Real ID, or you better have your passport. So one, get your passport together. So that will help alleviate all of that. Two, if you're interested in the real ID, I put it in quotes, but put your state. I'm in Illinois, so like I literally Googled Illinois real ID, and then it'll take you to your state's page. And then in Illinois, I'm sure every state is different. In Illinois, you have to set an appointment to go to the DMV to go through this interview process. And then they got like a checklist of all of the things that you need, which is what she said, the birth certificate and all of that stuff. It's just a couple of things. You need like a current bill with your address and your name on it. Little stuff that y'all all have. But get that so you can go and make sure that you're on that, right? So it's certified copy of your birth certificate. Dealing with a notary, you can take your birth certificate up to a bank. Your bank, you can take a copy of your birth certificate along with your original up to, I know every bank does it. They have a notary on the spot. Sometimes the post office, your local post office might have a notary. So you can get that done. Certified copy of your social security card, right? And like she said, right, we're literally talking about, do you have your freedom papers in 2025, right? Is it ridiculous? Sure. Should you have to go through that? No. Do you really want to be lacking when an authority of the government, whether it's the police or ICE or whoever, stops you, or let me make it more real, or your young people, right? And they don't have this paperwork. And then I want you to think about Trump and his qualified immunity, right? He's giving police officers the right to rough up Americans, right? To rough up the community, and that's putting it lightly. Y'all know what's happening in our community. We don't want no smoke. I don't want no smoke. I ain't saying we won't deal with it. I'm not fearful of it, and fear all of that. Let's be prepared, though, right? So I'm not going to argue with anybody over is it fear mongering? No, I'm trying to prepare my people. Right? I want to prepare you, but bigger than that, I want you to be the tip of the spear where you go into the rest of your family and you get them prepared, right? I spoke about this before Trump got in office. I think it's an opportunity for us as a people because everybody's paying attention. We locked in now. You realize you ain't got no damn friends. Ain't nobody coming to save you. Ain't nobody doing you no favors. We got to start rising up to be that for ourselves. And it starts with you inside of your family, getting your affairs in order, and getting everybody in your circle up to speed. Right? Let me catch up in the comments. So y'all, if y'all got any thoughts, you got some comments, you want to join in the discussion here. What did you think about what the sister said? What do you think about all of this? Is it too much? Is it is it overblown? Where are y'all at on that? Let me get you to raise your Zoom hands and dive in here. Do you have any additional information? I saw down in the comments, hey, just make sure you got your passport, you can travel, because it requires that you had to send in your passport, your birth certificate and all of those things. So you are certified, right? Is there any additional information that's left out? Is there anything useful that you could add? Let's use the brain trust of the community for one another, right? All right, Marilyn, come on into the discussion.
That was so necessary. It's a bunch of BS, but it's necessary. We're under a BS administration right now. I applaud her for coming forth and speaking so strongly. And we have to take it to heart, and we have to prepare immediately. And we have to take this honey back to the hive and share it and make sure everybody implements it. We have to do this. A library also has a notary public, I think, or you can look in Google or wherever to get a notary public to have those documents done. Just get a special wallet or pouch or something and keep them on your person, keep them in your purse where you just have them with you all the time. You have to comply. That's it. We have to comply. And that's our superpower. Being prepared is going to be our superpower.
Right. Good share. Good share. I saw people down in the comments saying to get into a federal building, you're going to need your real ID anyway, right? And then we got, the DEI conversation, like, hey, be prepared, man. Be prepared. Be prepared. All right. I know I can't sing, but we'll be all right. What is going on?
I just want to say good evening, everyone. This is Deborah.
Good evening, Deborah.
I'm sorry I'm late.
Oh, okay. You over here. You over here apologizing. Your grandma was mad at you, Deborah. I
I
know.
know. I'm here.
You here now? All right. So I
I'm
think
here
she.
now, guys.
All right. Thank you. Come on, Elaine. What say you, young lady?
Okay. Oh, yeah. Look, I love that. I'm 76 years old over here. My brain is still young, no.
Yes, it is. Yes,
It's
it is.
hanging in there, even with all the health challenges. Look, I am so glad that I finally got a chance to join in on a Sunday. I've missed the other one. So, like I said before, I will be back. I just want to say to you guys, I'll preface this with saying I've been having a lot of health challenges in this last year, but I'm a NOLA girl. I'm originally out of New Orleans. I live in California. So I had to sit, I'm in just saying to each one of you, if each one of you reaches one with information, we did it. We did it during the time for the election. Okay. We didn't get the result that we wanted. So that doesn't mean sit down. That means how we strategically going to work forward. So I just hope I can inspire each one of you to reach another one. Take this information, be an information portal. Your organizations, your churches, talk to people, talk to your own family. Today is Super Bowl Sunday. I'll be there, but I'm going to be talking about what needs to be done. They might put me out, but that's all right. I don't think so because they know I've been doing this all my life. So I'm just so thankful for what you're doing here. And I will be back and I will be sharing about other people coming on. So I'll get this information out too.
Excellent. Thank you, Elaine, and thank you for being here. Yeah, it is important information to get out. And if they throw you out, just remind them, I've been thrown out of better places than this.
I used to get thrown out of places in New Orleans back in the 1950s and 60s. I was born 48. So I'm used to getting thrown out of places. That's okay.
Hey, rock
That's
the
why
boat. Let's
that's
rock the
why
boat. Listen,
that's
we not fitting in. We not gonna conform. We not
We
gonna
ain't
walk
fitting.
the line. We ain't towing the line. We gonna make some waves
We
around
ain't,
here, right?
we ain't fitting to fit in. I gotta say something.
Come on.
Amen.
Listen, y'all. I don't know if y'all know this about me, but I work for Oxfam America, and Oxfam America is an NGO which received, I'm sure it received some of the USAID aid. And I went over there. I went over there in Africa and see those African people that were poor and needy. And for the United States to stop this USAID is a shame. The Bible says, "He who doesn't help the poor, it shows contempt for their maker. But he who honors the poor loves the Lord, loves God." So I heard that Elon Musk is going to be sending out some ads, and I want you to believe it. Don't believe the BS that Elon Musk talking about USAID. Those people got medicines, and Freddie, you know, they got medicines. Those African people, they got medicine, they got food, they feed the hungry. We are the world. That's all USAID. And for them to stop that, people are dying because of that. And what gives them the right? I'm sorry, I'm on a soapbox.
Come on. That's why we're here today.
But what gives them the right? What the richest man in the world? He don't know diddly squat about it. You know, he's apartheid. Okay, he wants to bring Afrikaners here, take away land, give land to white people in South Africa. Now I'm sorry, but you know this is a huge, big old world we live in. The United States is just a little piece of the world, and they're trying to exterminate Black people worldwide. And I'm sorry, but I ain't gonna believe nothing. He paid for these ads to talk down about USAID. They took the sign off. They locked. People can't even get vaccines anymore. They can't even get the food. The food's in the warehouse. It's a shame. It's just it's. I can't say nothing. I can't say nothing. But I hear if he's that desperate to get the public to agree with him to bring out ads during the Super Bowl because he got money, that he's desperate. He know they lie. They lie.
Yeah. No, I agree. Thank you, sister. Thank you for sharing.
I'm sorry.
No
I'm
worries. Don't
sorry.
apologize. Listen, this is the space for that. We got stuff built up. We got to have a
Yeah,
space
I'm
where we can
sorry.
get this
Yeah.
off of our chest.
Marilyn.
I did miss one thing. I wanted to say, sis was rocking them glasses, right? Like I had to bring some levity to the thing, but like she was rocking them glasses, right? Like with a purple and the joint on, the sparkly joints. Anyway, all right. Marilyn, come on in back into the discussion, young lady. Don't y'all be shy. Raise your Zoom hands. Let's get in here and be heard today.
Why
I can't hear you. I'm not sure what's happening.
you don't understand how people, you don't think how people mindset. You have to understand these are not Christians in the context of the word that we think of Christian. They're not. They're antichrist. They belong to the antichrist. So we will never understand them, and they will not understand us. One thing I want to bring up, if you don't mind, Freddie, I saw a woman on TikTok today saying that Target has apologized for reneging on their DEI. And they say that they apologize for it. Now, whether or not they said they're going to reinstitute it or not, but her question was, is the boycott still on?
Yep.
And I mean, like, that's just stupid with two O's. Just because they apologize, are we supposed to run back in there and throw our money at them like we did during the sit-ins and all of that, doing civil rights, when we couldn't sit at their counters and go in their stores? And then they decided to let us in, and then we negated our own communities that fell because we didn't continue to support them. Are we going to repeat that history? Are we going to, because they apologize? They didn't apologize because they are repentant. They apologize because they're looking at their bottom line. Are we going to continue to be that stupid? I mean, come on, really?
Good questions.
Really?
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm saying bye, girl, to her. She's one of the ones that Harriet Tubman would have left behind. I'm sorry.
Okay. Excuse me. Sis came in. I was eating a little bit there, so all right. I had to. Remember, no shopping, right? Okay. I'm sorry, sis. Go ahead.
I said it's not Sunday dinner for nothing, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, who's chiming in? Come on in. If you could raise your Zoom hand, we get an order. I know I got y'all a little bit fired up, but please raise your hand. Join the discussion, right? You know, y'all know I go on a tirade myself now. I don't need you to speak, but I want to hear from you.
Freddie, I just shared in the chat the link to Roland Martin's recent program, and it actually goes into what I can't remember what her name was that talked about USAID. So if anyone wanted to see more information about that and actually, what's going on with Elon Musk and Trump going into South Africa and just continuing their, because basically white South Africans are white supremacists. And so that's what that conversation is about if they wanted more information on that.
Okay.
Thank you. Deborah.
You're welcome. Deborah, right. Thank you, Deborah.
Thank you for that. I just programming note. Officially, we got 22 minutes left in our we're actually over. I think we advertise an hour and a half. If you've been around here, you know that's you feel my quotes. But we're coming up on 2 hours here in 22 minutes. So let's continue to get it in. I'll stick around for a little bit. I don't give a damn about football. I don't watch it. Kaepernick took a knee. I stopped watching. I don't care. I don't give a damn. I grew up playing football. I hear black folks. I was gonna say something else, but I hear black folks telling me, I mean, Freddie, I've been watching football since I was 3 with my dad. It's just this and that. I have too. I don't care, but you know who I care more about? Them young black men that came out our loins, right? I got young black men. I got young adults. I care about them not being sacrificed and killed more so than a damn game, right? And this is really, and to me, this is an extension of the conversation of the DEI conversation. This is an extension of having your freedom papers. Listen, we are in a war. And the fact that the last few decades, You've been lulled to sleep thinking that your money gonna save you, your degrees gonna save you, and your access to privilege is gonna save you is absolutely ridiculous. And I'm here for the shenanigans, for people to come in together. So any moment or opportunity for us to join in bondage and unity and to start fighting for our community, I am absolutely for it. So when Kaepernick put his flag in the ground, he put his knee in that dirt, I said to hell with the NFL, because they whiteballed that man for giving a damn about your children, really giving a damn about you, your children. He gave up $90 million contract for us, and Negroes won't turn the TV off. And yes, I said it. I'm gonna shame you. If you're watching the game, I'm gonna shame you. I don't care. I don't care, right? I'm gonna shame you. We wouldn't turn the TV off, right? So I get black folks that tell me, well, you advertising on Meta. Meta got rid of DEI. Well, shit, we making money. What you want me to do? Y'all still on Meta? How I'm gonna reach you? Right? So let me get this straight. You wouldn't turn the TV off, but you expect me to turn the faucet off in the company to drive money into the company so that we can have engagements like this, right? You expect me to do that, but you won't turn the damn TV off, right? So not shopping at Target, all of this is connected to me. So you got to make some decisions, but we need to be more uncomfortable. Right? You need to be more uncomfortable. This is why I'm gonna make a controversial statement, I think. This is why I like Trump in office, because it shook the foundation of all of us. Everybody, if you were asleep, you are no longer asleep. You realize, oh my God, these people are crazy. They are literally crazy. But while Obama was in office, a lot of us were saying the same damn thing, but we were conspiracy theorists then. Now you got crazy in your face. You got unapologetic crazy, right? So we got to wake up, but we are the ones that we've been waiting for, right? So I love this space and I love this opportunity to bring us together, to share this information, to get our fuel, get our fire, to regroup, regather. But we can break Target, right? If we want to. We don't got to engage with them. You don't need them. And I love that the sister, I believe it was Marilyn, said, are we just gonna go back like we used to? Like we boycotted the Montgomery bus boycott for 381 days, which I don't think Negroes got that type of that fortitude left in us. I don't know. We're gonna see, right? But it broke them. But we went back and started spending our money. What if we would have just created a black bus line? What? It ain't even like what if there were black bus lines. Like we should have just got involved in that and not take your money back there. This is another opportunity. What if you just didn't take your money back to Target? What if you just saw that little mom and pop shop that's in the strip mall in your neighborhood and y'all started putting that money in there? Because how the hell do you think Target started? How do you think Walmart started? They didn't start as a worldwide organization. They started as a mom and pop shop. They started as a 5 and dime store, to be more specific about Walmart's evolution. Everything starts small, but it takes money. But if we focus our efforts and our money into those stores start to grow and they become the Targets and the Walmarts. They become the organizations that's black led that hire black people. People hire people that look like them. So the DEI conversation, which is, I'll be having to watch my words. Let me slow down. The DEI conversation is really interesting because white women is the #1 benefactor of DEI. That doesn't mean that we don't get anything, right? So I know we get something. We get a lot actually out of it, right? But like there are a lot of classifications of people that is benefiting in that before us. But that segment of people is willing to cut their nose off to spite you. Like that, it's like, wow, man. It's like, it's crazy. It's crazy. Yeah, don't hold back. Y'all listen, you don't know what you're asking for. But it's really crazy. But we have an amazing energy and power. Target is stutter stepping. Don't fall for the Axel Foley. How many of y'all are old enough to give me in the comments if you understand Axel Foley? Let me see that. Right? Axel Foley said, "Don't fall for the banana in the tailpipe." Right? Like, don't fall for the banana in the tailpipe again. We're not gonna fall for the banana in the tailpipe. All right. I mean, y'all see them grades. I got enough age, right? That's the Eddie Murphy movie, right? For my millennials and younger out there, right? What is it? Beverly Hills Cop. But don't fall for the banana in the tailpipe. Don't what's my poem? Langston Hughes, right? The sweeter your lips, right? We're not gonna fall for the sweeter your lips, the sweet words that you're using. These are just words to get you back into it. Like, man, let's just and then what Snoop Dogg, I just saw this. They got like a Target initiative now. They done got some Negroes, they done paid them some money and created this new initiative that they about to push at y'all to get you to slow down on not coming into the store, slow down on talking negatively to them. But I want you to see the power that you have, right? I just want you to see the power, right? I don't know how you want to wield it, you want to use it. I want you to see it. Like, you got a worldwide multinational stutter stepping because you're talking about boycott. Because we're not actually implementing the boycott, right? Like, some of us aren't spending our money there, but it's not like a coordinated effort yet, right? But it's building. So that conversation is shaking them to their core. Well, what if we actually organized and focused on supporting us instead? When Kamala ran, Black folks got on Zoom and raised $50 million in a day for this woman. And I'm not dissing Kamala at all, right? So don't take that. But if we can come together in a day and raise $50 million, what could we do for our school? Oh, Trump is getting rid of the Department of Education. What if we raise $50 million a day for our own damn schools? What if we started actually educating control of our own?
I'll take a little small piece. Okay, thank you.
Come on, who is that? You coming in this conversation, or are you talking to somebody else? What you do? Okay, that's talking to somebody else. I don't know how to mute. Okay. Yeah, what if we came together and did that for ourselves? Anybody want to chime in? Because I'm over here, I'm getting hot. I want to turn down the heat. I'm over here, I'm getting fired up. Dr. Wilma, don't be smiling like that. Like, you know I'm over here fired up over here now.
Hi.
Come on in, sister. Where you at?
Hi, Freddie. This is Olivia. Recently, my friends and I, we've been sharing on Facebook and amongst each other as to we're going to start this not shopping on the day again and let them see how our power of wealth works. If we don't shop, they don't have it. And we need to start investing more in our communities. But the bad part about that is we don't have anything in our communities that are us. So it makes it a challenge not to shop in those stores. Because I'm like, well, damn, if I don't get it from there, where am I going to get it from? But our economical buying power will make those things change if we do not. It's like, don't buy gas, don't go to the store, don't buy gas. And I heard people say, well, I got a gas. We'll do it before then. Yes, we know you need gas and you need food. There's 7 days in a week. Just don't do it on that Friday. And if we can, let's keep it going to that Saturday or that Sunday. But we have the economical power to shut them down. And we got to start some daggone place. You're right. Why can't we come together and not be the crabs in the damn barrel and build our own wealth and economic opportunities for one and all? That's all I got to say. I'm done.
Come on, sister. Yeah, I like it. My grandma said you're going to get an extra piece of pie today.
Thank you.
Yeah. We handed out pie today. Grandma, she holding it back. Sister Marilyn, come on back into the discussion.
Yeah, I wish we would stop saying that we don't have anything in our communities. Don't you know everything you see, hear, taste, touch, and feel in this country was us? So we have to stop saying that because that blocks us. It makes us think that we don't have the wealth in our own communities. First of all, and I keep saying this, please go to your pastors, ask your pastors, tell your pastors that we want a directory of every business in the church. A direct, doesn't have to be elaborate, just a directory of everybody who does something, who does a service or product or whatever. Start there. Then started your organizations. What do they have? What do you do to make $1? What do you do that somebody can service? Go online, buy a bunch of toothbrushes, wholesale, sell toothbrushes, $2 a toothbrush. I mean, start somewhere. Freddie's
Yeah.
right. All those businesses started at a kitchen table somewhere.
Real
How
talk.
did they get where they are? Because their family.
Yeah. Oh, she froze on us. I absolutely.
We
I'm
can
sorry,
do
sister.
that.
You back? Go ahead.
Stop saying we can't do it and we don't do it. We did everything that you see, everything that.
Oh, she keep going in and out. She cooking too. Come on, get back in here. You keep going out on us, sister. But I do want to highlight. Is she back?
We need a modern day green book. That's what we need.
Yeah, I agree. But I love the pastor element, the church element, right? Y'all know, yeah, like this is wild, right? For especially for me to say it. Y'all know how I be deflecting the church, but I love a great idea when a great idea comes up, right? And the trouble, in my opinion, Sister Olivia, with the modern day green book is the upkeep of it, right? So it becomes, this is my opinion again, and I tried to do this about 10 years ago. So I think I understand. I think AI is changing that game. I think there's a possibility now. So for one of our Gen X, Z young folks, whatever, that's in that AI space, I think there's an opportunity to create and keep it up. The thing about the modern day green book is keeping it updated, because the moment that I go there and then that business changed their phone number or it's out of business or whatever, and I do that a couple of times, I ain't ever coming back, right? So it's the upkeep of it that is the challenge as the person that organizes and brings it together. Now, the church, on the other hand, is there week to week with the community, right? And everybody ain't in the church and blah, blah, blah. But it ain't even just about the church. It's every organization, right? So even like our fraternities, our sororities, our Rotary clubs, our, Jack and Jill, whatever, they can all compile these things. And because they got more hands-on interaction with the people on a day-to-day basis, getting those businesses together and keeping that updated is a lot more realistic, at least in my thought. Oh man,
You're right, because it's a lot. But
it's
at
a
my
lot.
church, be it Trinity United Church of Christ,
Okay.
our pastor is
Chicago?
very, yes, sir.
Is that
Reverend Dr. Otis Moss III,
okay, yeah.
Pastor Emeritus Jeremiah Wright Jr. Is that what you're
There we
talking
go.
about?
Jeremiah Wright.
Yeah,
That's what I was
that's the
thinking.
one. There you go. Oh, yes. Pastor does, and he guides us all the time or enlightens us on the benefits of shopping with one another, where to shop, who's got what. So, yeah, he does try to stay on top of that. And I know what you're saying, because a friend of mine's got a business. And I say, how you going to put up here that you open on the website? It says you open at 10, but you don't really open till 2. You got to update. You got to keep everything aligned. If you change, you got to make the changes online so people can come to your business, support your establishment. And those are things that you're right, Freddie, that happens and you don't know that, or they change the number. And you're like, well, I didn't know, because nobody said anything. Nobody updated the information. So you're right about that. But
you have
Trinity's
to be consistent.
Yeah.
You have to be consistent. Because we don't have time to play bingo with you. You have to be consistent. All the other stores are consistent. We need good business practices. That's part of our problem. It's not the service. I wrote a book called The Publicity and Public Relations Guidebook, because my money's been black, I say, like forever, before it was popular. And I would go and get a lipstick or a dress or shoes or whatever, and the place would be gone. And I found out that they were putting their money in vehicles that didn't serve them. They were advertising in places that weren't targeted toward their market. So they spent most of their money in advertising that went down the drain. But the thing was, they had the services, they had the products, they had awesome personnel and attentive and nice brick and mortar locations in Newark and New York and these different places. But they didn't know how to do the business part of their business. They didn't have good business practices, so that's our problem. That's one of our major problems. People are talking about Black business. There's a Black business born, I believe, almost every second of every day, because now you need 92 streams of income to survive.
Real
So
talk.
they're constantly creating, but they need to get to their market, and the market needs to support the businesses.
Yeah.
And I will do without before I take my money anyplace else, because I've heard too many stories about they don't want us to purchase their products and wear their product. That's okay with me. I'll do without it. I'm 74 years old. How many dresses and pairs of shoes and a yada 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 do I need?
Yeah.
Really? I've
Real
been
talk.
a minimalist for 20 years. I'm constantly throwing out, giving away, selling, or whatever, because you don't need. What am I going to do when I leave here? What? These millionaires, what are they going to do with the money? They can't take it with them. They make me sick. They make me so sick.
I feel you. I feel you. And you gotta, man. Ooh, listen, hey, y'all gotta stick around because the next conversation I'm really gonna cook, right? But we gotta stick here for a moment because since y'all got me. One, I'm trying to figure out what order to do this. One, I would say boycotting. We're used to boycott wrong, right? And I'll say that because of what Sister Marilyn just brought up, right? The Black businesses, everybody ain't operating right, right? And everybody ain't operating integrity and all of that good stuff. So I ain't saying go waste your money, right? I'm saying spend your money with Black businesses that deserve your money. And why did I bring up the boycott? Because the boycott should be you. Listen, them white businesses, Target, Walmarts, and large multinationals, conglomerates, you should not be spending as much money as you can with them, right? They should not get 100% of your expenditures, right? You should be spending your money in your community with Black-owned businesses. But when they give you inferior service and products and materials, that's who you boycott. You boycott them to get them in line and letting the brother and sister know, hey, either you gonna get your shit together or we gonna run you out of business and we gonna put a brother or sister that got some integrity, that got good business acumen into this position and we gonna support them 100%. So you boycott your own people with a warning. Get your shit together or get out of here because we need to build up these businesses in our community because ain't nobody hiring us. We need to build we need Fortune 500 companies, Black owned, Black ran, Black led, Black first, but it don't happen if we can't build them up. So that's how we need to use the boycott, in my opinion. Number two, and ooh, if y'all really rock with us here at Sunday dinner, you know that we cooking with our Sankofa Speaks, right? So I got my podcast going, and our Sankofa Circle members get invited to these meetings, to these interviews, so you can ask your questions directly. But I got a discussion with a sister, Sherdon. What's her last name? Reynolds. She owns a company called She Prints It. But just talking about group economics, right? But I heard her, man, in a tear-filled rant, right? Just like sis was sobbing. This Black business went out of business. It's kind of like it's called a sister shop. I don't know if y'all are familiar with the sister shop, but anyway, she opened up a retail store in Atlantic Station down in Atlanta, and she filled it with nothing but Black-owned, women-led products. Right. So that's the sister shop. So everything you go in there, every product you see is a Black woman that this sister is building up and was trying to grow. She ended up going out of business, right? Well, closing the retail space. But it really hurts Shadon. But one thing she said in this rant that I thought was super poignant, and I thought it was super practical for all of us on this, 58 of us on this call right now. This is going to be a challenge. Tamiko, I don't know if you can take a note. Somebody, y'all got access to the Sunday dinner notes. Write this in here. She said, if you have 10 subscription services, like, you getting your toothpaste on, auto refill, your detergent, blah, blah, blah. You got 10 of those things. 5 of them should be Black-owned business. 5 of them should be Black-owned businesses. Now that, to me, is feasible, right? That's a feasible thing. Everybody, all of us can't go spend 100% of our money with black companies, right? Because you need electricity and all these things, right? We ain't in that space yet. But if you got 10 subscription services, and we all got those things that we buy on repeat, your vitamins, right? Your water, there is an opportunity to fill that with a black-owned business. And that's a great challenge. Tamiko, let's make that that's gonna be our next challenge after the Blacksonian joint. To take the things that you buy every month, every week, every 3 months, whatever it is, substitute it for the white-owned brand with a black-owned brand. And it's literally that simple. And guess what? You ain't gotta cry about it. If you get the black toothpaste and you don't like it, just go get another one. There are more. This is 2025. We not in 1935 no more. You have options inside of the black sphere. So I think that's a hell of a challenge, and that's something small and practical. What if all 58 people on here convince themselves and their children and their immediate circle to buy black toothpaste? Right? Like, it's toothpaste. There's a formula to this. If you don't like it, get a different brand, right? We ain't even got to promote a particular brand, but we got to stop talking and start taking these small little micro steps. Because if it go from 58 black folks or black families, because we control our family spending, to 500, to 5,000, to 500,000, to 5 million, all of a sudden, things are changing, at least in that toothpaste space. And you're going to spend the money any damn way, right? So anyway, be on the lookout for this discussion with Sherdon. Sister is super passionate about this, but I thought that was amazing because we're buying these things anyway. So what if you just spent let me just defeat a little bit right now, defeat a little bit of your hesitation. It's probably going to cost you a little bit more money.
That's right.
But shit, everything going up anyway, right? Okay. You ain't went to that grocery store and bought the same amount of stuff for the same price in the last 2 years, 3 years, 4 years. Well, shit, since the pandemic. So I don't really want to hear that. That's not an excuse. You will pay more. The question is, will you pay more for people that live in your community, that hire from your community, that buy from your community? Because she was talking about her business. We're in the mastermind together. So I got like some intimate understanding of her business, but she was talking about her accountant, right? She's talking about her lawyer. She's talking about her supplier, her ads director, her like all of these agencies that she's hiring. She's spending money in and around the community. So when you support sheprintsit.com, by the way, if you're looking for promotional materials for your business, sheprintsit.com is her business. But when you spend money with her, she spends money with black businesses, not only in the business, but in her personal life as well. But I love that if you got 10 things, can you make 50% of those repeat purchases with a black business? And again, if you don't like it, get a different one, right? You ain't got to argue, you ain't got to get online and be like, we black businesses, they always like, we don't need all of that. Just go get another one and find the one that you like and shout them out, right? In a totally different direction. I'm on no bread February, right? And I got like this real addiction to bread. Y'all don't judge me. You know, grandma said, it's okay, baby. She was like, it's okay, but I'm trying not to eat. No, I'm not eating bread this February, right? But every Friday in this household, we have Pizza Friday, right? And I needed to find an alternative. So I tried like a cauliflower-based pizza. I tried a chickpea-based pizza. And they were tolerable, right? And I mentioned that because they were tolerable. I ain't like, oh my God, it was great. But what am I going to do? I'm going to go find another chickpea. I like the chickpea one better. I'm going to find another one that's a little bit better, right? So if you patronize a black-owned business and you don't like it, let's just go get a different one in the same space. Oh, that toothpaste, I don't know, this and that. Like, whatever, there's another one out there. Oh, that deodorant, I ain't really like the smell. Okay, just get another one, right? Like, let's just be adults, right? But let's be serious about pouring our money into the economy. And I promise We 2 hours in. We gotta have the next discussion. But I'll open it back up if anybody got something they want to add, any insight that you want to get. I definitely don't want to leave this conversation without having the next one. I think it's like of critical importance, right? Hey, I'm doing good with hooks, right? Like making you interested. I'm like, what is he talking about on the other side of that? Anyway, that's look, like I'm cooking, man. I'm cooking over here, right? I'm trying to get better.
Freddie, when are you going to go on the stock market, man?
What do you mean?
Sell stocks and so people can have a piece of you.
Oh, I appreciate that. I don't know. That's a good question. Like, yeah, I don't know. Like,
that's growth, right? That's growth.
Yeah. Thank you for the challenge. I appreciate that, Miss Dale. Yeah. Mama Dale, I appreciate that. Young lady, I like young lady. Do y'all be offended when I say that? I'm sorry. I want to be respectful.
I'm old and I'm proud of it.
I like I like it. You're seasoned.
Seasoned, okay.
Yeah. I got a little bit of seasoning. I'm cooking, right? Right. That's a good question though. But I definitely appreciate y'all support. And engagement. I mean, 60 people on a Sunday, Super Bowl Sunday, coming out, hanging out with Freddie when he loves to get his rants on and all of that. But I feel like these conversations are, yeah, there we go. Yeah, Shadon Reynolds. Yeah, she prints it. Let's get that interview set up. Toilet paper. I love that, Pamela. Yeah, like drop a little list of the things. Oh, drop your favorite Black-owned businesses in the comments. If you can, right? Like give people an idea of what we can subscribe to. Do you have a list of Black-owned businesses we subscribe to? I don't, Joyce, but you know what? Tamiko, can you make a note of that? Let's challenge urban intellectuals to get at least a list of 10, right? I don't want to try to do 100. But what are like 10 businesses that we can support that can solve some of these recurring expenses, right? Or recurring investments, right? Like I know like my vitamin company is Black.
We do have a list, Freddie. I just have to find it.
Yeah. We got a lot going on. So thank you, Tamiko. Yeah, let's get that out though. But that's good, right? But that is a simple way. Oh, there goes somebody, drop the list, right? Buy Black list here. Yeah. Oh, yeah, the Black Revolutionary Collective. Tamiko has been trying to get me to do that. We Buy Black changed their name. It's called Naspora. I think that's the name of it. Can somebody put that down in the comments? Can y'all check me on that? I think it's Naspora. I think that's it. I think it's Naspora, something like that. But it's the We Buy Black joint. Controller. Yeah. I like that, Natalia. Yeah. I ain't giving up no control right now. Thank you for that, Cheryl. Naspora. Yeah. Let's let's start thinking about. Let's be cognizant of our dollars. Your dollar is your vote. It is powerful. Businesses are paying attention. If you got Target wobbling. Woo! That mean, boy. Listen, because so I kind of hate to say it this way, but I got an MBA, right? So going through the MBA program, you're like literally trained that your number one rule is increasing shareholder value. Like that is like everything. Nothing else matters. Right? The customer is secondary. Everything is secondary to increasing shareholder value. So the fact that they stutter stepping like this tells me that the board was like, hey, the numbers are being impacted. We might need to do something a little bit differently. Let's dazzle these Negroes with the sweet of our lips, right? Let's just talk a little bit differently. And I'm pretty sure we can get them back in. But those tricks and tactics typically work for us. Marilyn, come on back in, and I promise I'm gonna take a pivot to the next conversation because I want to make sure that I get this one in before we get up out of here. And I don't want to be on here all night. I actually got some work to do that I need to do. Come on in.
I want to say something very quickly. When my fiance and I years ago were looking for my engagement ring, we went to the jewelry section, diamond section in New York, the Diamond Exchange. And all up and down this boulevard are Jewish diamond dealers, everything. And we went in one store, and we could tell the wife and the husband were having some sort of argument or something or other. So we go in, I couldn't find what I wanted in there. The husband went to answer the phone. The wife explains to us the big hoopla was about he had just had an argument with another one of the jewelry owners down the street. When we could not find my ring or my diamond in that shop, do you know, before I left that shop, they walked me down to that other shop where they had the argument with the man earlier, because they would rather keep that money with someone they're feuding with in their community than to let that money walk out of that neighborhood. We need to have that same narrative. We need to have that same energy and stop with the pettiness. People talk about the crabs that pull down in the barrel. When you look at it scientifically, the crab is really trying to pull another crab up. We've always been told that a crab in the barrel is pulling the crab that's escaping in the barrel, but he's actually trying to pull another one up. So we need to think about the things that we're saying and not just say the things that we've heard, because most of the things that are fed to us aren't true anyway, or they're only half truths. Last thing, we're talking about the sweetness of the lips. One of my favorite scriptures in the Bible, and I can never remember which one it is, but it talks about his words were sweeter than oil, but there was war in his heart. You have to watch the way people say things, and you have to know the heart of people. Regarding the boycott, I said we condition or put a condition on Target that for 6 months they employ Black people. They have to start employing Black people, and we'll give them 6 months. And if they haven't done that, we can't buy where we can't be hired. That's it. Because as you said, there are different levels of DEI. And we are the last on that round. So we're not concerned about them implementing and apologizing for DEI if it doesn't include us. They can say, yeah, we're going back and we're doing the hire, and they're not hiring us. But we're going to run back in there and spend money because they apologize. Come on now. We got to be better than that.
We got to do better than that.
Got to do better.
Yeah, I love that. Brother Ralph, come on into the discussion. Thank you, Sister Marilyn. And thank you for participating today, right? Like, I like it when my people get to talking. Brother
Hey,
Ralph.
good afternoon. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Hey, I just have 4 comments briefly, and no offense to anyone, and I'm happy to be here again, and hello to everybody.
Brother Ralph, I'm offended. I kid.
You automatically included, and we got to get Tamika to get to me so I can stay in touch a lot better, because I'm not technology savvy like you guys are, and they maneuver and manipulate through the system easily. So I'm still trying to figure out how to operate the computer.
Don't worry about it. We're going to get you up to speed.
Yeah. Okay. Well, one of the comments I had was to the person that mentioned that her church was involved in, doing some boycotting and things like that. I wanted to mention that if our pastors could boycott these banks that they take their deposits to every Monday, that would get the attention of the system and the powers to be out here, because that's where every Sunday, Monday, they load up on these millions of dollars from the community that they take out and they deposit in these white banks. If we boycotted those banks with those funds, these churches, that would make a noticeable difference, because they are the ones that dictate to the politicians. Second thing I wanted to mention was that I'm going to watch the Super Bowl like most people today, but I'm looking to see if I see Trump give that Nazi salute while he's there, because his people now are starting, when they're in the media, they actually, if you look on their lapel buttons and so forth, they're wearing old Nazi pins. And for y'all of you who out that might not know it, Trump idolized Hitler. And what they're doing now is replacing the Jews with DEI in 2025, as opposed to 1935 when they were rounding up and running the Jews out of Europe, the Nazis I'm speaking of. And they're doing it now with Black folks and with the Europe, with the Hispanics. And now they even got initiatives going against the Indians, that one of the so-called invaders is preaching about going against the Indians now. So, and I'm talking about the Indians from the country of continent of India or the country of India. So that was another one of the things that I wanted to mention. And all of these corporations now are being forced to acknowledge DEI, because if they don't, the politicians, meaning the misleader that we have as a president and his apartheid captain, are going to financially ruin these people and get them knocked out of their power positions of CEOs of this corporation, that corporation, or whatever their positions are. They're being penalized. That's why they're all jumping on that. I got to be a part of the elimination of Black folks and people in general on DEI, which is actually a large percentage of veterans, people with disabilities, people of all kinds, and as you mentioned, white ladies, especially in the South, in the southern states. It's ridiculous, but they're not going to respond because they're easily being led by their men, as opposed to sisters. They ain't putting up with a lot of that mess with their men if their men were to jump out of order. So I just wanted to share those things, and it's not worth nothing, but I got it out, and I'm
That's what it's
happy,
for.
and I'm looking for the salute tonight.
I love it. I love it. Just quick. First of all, they loving you in the comments. You cooking, brother. Is this your first Sunday dinner or?
Oh no, I've had this is my fourth or fifth, but I'm not, and I've signed up for your Samika or whatever, Sankofa, and I've also signed up for the chat and all of that, but I'm not able to reach you guys, and I'm not being reached, and I've reached out to you in emails and things like that, and I'm not getting any participation where I can get in.
Let's solve that
engaged.
tonight, brother. Let's solve that tonight.
Well,
we gotta
I
get
sure
you.
hope so. I sure
No,
hope
let's
so. I
not.
want
We
to
ain't
be a
gotta hope.
part of the process.
Yeah, no, we ain't gonna hope. Tamiko, what do you want me to do, Tamiko? Can you come on and we inbox him?
Yeah, so I sent him a chat, and if he could send me a direct email, don't send the information here because it's just a lot of information.
Giving out my email, giving out my cell phone number, and all of that online to you guys.
Okay, well let's do it right now. Let's get
on the Sunday dinner.
Yeah, in the comments here, Tamiko is gonna send you a message. You're gonna see like a little red something next to it, and then respond to her directly with your info. We want to connect you with her. Like she the glue, brother. So she gonna make sure that
I know she is.
Yeah.
And I commend her, and I know she's so busy that I figured she just isn't able to get to everybody. You might need to add some more staff.
We do. We do. She needs some help.
But Mr. Stevens, if you send me the direct email, I put my email there. Just send me a direct email, and at least you'll be in my box. Okay.
Yeah, okay. I'll certainly do that again,
Perfect.
Tamika.
Not to support, just to mine, to Tamiko at Urban Intellectual.
Yeah. I'm just gonna drop Tamiko. I'm gonna drop it now. So if any of y'all really need to listen, y'all grandma's favorites. All right. So grandma said, put Tamiko's information out there. So Tamiko, it's happening. So Tamiko at urbanintellectuals.com. If you send the email there, you'll be connected with her directly, and then we're gonna get you plugged all the way in.
Very good. Thanks again.
Thank you, brother. Thank you for being here. I appreciate y'all, man. Grandma said to love on y'all a bit. So we gonna make sure that y'all right. Sister Elaine, and then I'm gonna change the conversation a little bit for the better, I think. Come on, sister.
Okay, sorry, I had to step off for a minute, so I missed everything. Man, it sounds like it was great
We've been
conversation.
cooking.
My question, like I said, is my first Sunday. So everything is recorded. So like all of those links and all, I can't see them now at all. Or for a recording, where do I go for a recording? Or how does that work?
So right now you can go to our YouTube page.
Okay.
I'm literally streaming everything to YouTube, so you can see the recordings there. We are recording them, but we don't like make them available with what we're doing. We use that for different reasons, right? Reviewing, and then sometimes somebody will give us a great testimonial in here, so we'll clip that. But if you follow our YouTube page, we're streaming everything over there for that.
So those chats with those links, like especially for the Black-owned businesses and the combos, are those in there or not?
You're gonna want to. On Sunday dinner, we have a Sunday dinner document. So the stuff that we're talking about, Tamiko chronicles in that document. Tamiko, can you drop that document link again so then Sister Elaine can have it? Hey, and welcome to Sunday dinner. I didn't want to tell you, Grandma had been asking for you, and she was like, "Well,
oh, how sweet."
Funny, so yeah, but
Well,
so she's
look,
happy to see.
I might be older than Grandma. I don't know.
Oh, wait, you Grandma older sister?
Hey, you know how, like I said, the people out of New Orleans, we got to stick together. And no matter where we live, NOLA is always going to be home. So that's where I was born and raised. That's why I'm as passionate about the stuff that's got to be done.
Yeah. Oh, you're going to love what I'm about to bring up then.
Okay. All right. I'm going to lower my hand and be quiet.
No worries. No worries. That link is there. So click that link, the running document link. So all of those things that we've been talking about, as best as we can, is in there. We're trying to keep that updated.
Okay,
but then that goes back to like our old Sunday dinner conversation. So
oh wow. How long y'all been doing this?
Oh shoot. When did we start? Tamiko, do you remember? Like maybe the summer?
Yeah, but this document doesn't go back that far.
Okay.
Yeah, this document is probably maybe like the last 4 or 5 meetings, but it's been going on prior to that. Freddie's been doing this for you've been pretty consistent with this, Freddie.
Yeah,
okay,
yeah. So just a little background. I started this playing around, right? Like just looking for opportunities to get in front of y'all and kind of hang out with you and listen. I be saying I be wanting to listen more here, but then Grandma been pushing me to talk more. But anyway, y'all know how she act. But so it just kind of started as a fun thing, right? This serves me. This serves me, right? I'm sorry. This is a selfish act, right? I thoroughly enjoy this space, right? And I don't have inside of the company, Urban Intellectuals, and if it's your first time, maybe you don't know the breadth of the things that we do, and I won't go through all of that right now, but I don't have a lot of direct contact with the community. Like you'll see me in the ads, you'll see me on the news, you'll see me here, you see me speaking, but like this type of engagement, I don't have a lot of that. So I was thirsty for creating that. So I just kind of did this. And this was like a side thing for the business. It was like, oh, Freddie just doing his talks on Sunday, So that's kind of how it's been starting. But the last couple of weeks, really this year, I decided to really lean into this, and we about to make this a thing, right? Like this is going to be a thing. So now Tamiko is here supporting regularly. Some more team is here. We're starting to put resources into it. We're going to grow this thing out because a couple of things are clear to me. We hurt as a people, and we need spaces that we can be heard, right? Not just me talking at you, but opening up the mic and allowing you to speak to the community. Two, we got a lot of insight and knowledge in the community that's bottled up, and it doesn't have an outlet to share with the rest of us. So that's why I want to make this platform open where the dialogue I ain't trying to be Roland Martin, right? I ain't trying to be none of them. I'm trying to be AM talk radio. I keep saying that, but that you remember AM talk radio where you could call in and be heard, right? Like that type of thing. But I understand that the beauty of the community is in the collective genius. It's not in my genius. I'm good at certain things, but I don't know everything. That's why I always say I ain't trying to be your leader. You know, I be like, Malcolm X better than me. Jesus better than me. I ain't got nothing on these people. You know, Angela Davis, these are better people than me, right? But we've mastered the skill of bringing phenomenal people together like yourselves. So what if we created a space where y'all could pour into one another, pour into the community, right? And utilize the collective genius. So we tapped into the ideology of the Black community with Sunday dinner, right? Something that we all used to do. Hopefully we're still doing it for real, but that we all used to do, right? And using that. So again, instead of soul food for the belly, it's soulful conversation for the community, and allowing people to communicate and pour into one another, right? All right, so that was like a quick diatribe about what we're about here. And it's unfolding in front of you. This has been in real time in front of the people. And a lot of people that have been here since day one, I think you can see kind of the maturity of the platform and the space, even though we still going long as hell. And I ain't even got to what I really want to cook on y'all with. So I don't even know how long you're gonna be around, but whatever you see in those emails, that time frame, an hour and a half, we generally going long. But these the cousins that want this engagement, right? So anyway, I'm gonna be quiet real quick while Sister Lawyer come in here. And then I promise I'm gonna get to this last piece that I feel like is really very important. Sister Laura, go ahead.
Good morning, good morning, good morning. Actually, it's afternoon, but I'm just stirring around this morning. I wanted to congratulate you again and to thank you for doing this. This is the work that we need to be doing in order to move us forward. We know what the problems are. We need to come together and talk about the solutions, and the solutions are within us, our community. My question to you, and oh, excuse me, I don't want to leave you out, Tamika, because I know you are the heart and the soul of the organization. No shade to you, brother, but we always know that it's the women that's bringing it hard. Okay, so my question is what do we do about allies? How do you handle that? People who are not Black who want to come into the space, and if you could talk about your ideology on that, if it's been formed already.
Yeah, that's always a good question, and I get them in the comments, in the inbox asking, well, I want to respect your spaces, and and all of that. I appreciate that conversation. To me, they're welcome. Everybody is welcome, right? I ain't saying that everything that we're doing, I don't speak out in public, right? Behind closed doors, we doing different things and having different conversations. But everybody is welcome. We're gonna need everybody to dig up out of this thing. But I'm quick to put your ass in your place, right? And it don't matter who it is, right? Like we have an agenda, we're moving forward, and I'm not gonna tiptoe around anybody. I don't care, right? And I'm very blunt with that. And I always say I'm not palatable for everybody, and nor am I trying to be. I think that that's really important. So if white people, Arab people, Indian people, Asian people, Mexican people, any people show up in this space, I'm gonna show up the exact same way. And either you're gonna deal with me or you're gonna get the hell out the way and go away. But we not about to formulate what we're doing around your agenda, your interests, and anything else. We doing this and we going. Now, if you with that, come on, get down. But we not altering. I'm not capitulating. I'm not asking for permission. I'm not asking is anything okay. We moving in this direction, and it just is what it is. And you just got to make sure that I stay on point with that. This is why I'm not interested in retail sales of the company, right? And I'm open and honest with everything about the organization. This is a for-profit organization. I'm not running a nonprofit. I need to feed my family too, right? But I'm not interested in getting in bed with Walmart and Target. And we've been on the Target shelves, by the way. I should tell one day I'm going to tell my Target story. It was a damn nightmare being in that store, but it legitimized the company in the eyes of many of our consumers because they was like, oh my God, you're on Target shelves. And in my mind, I'm thinking, you don't understand how much money they take off the top. And then they expect you to go spend your advertising dollars to go tell our own damn market to go into their stores to buy the stuff, or else they won't repeat order, right? It's another conversation. We got to get into the economics of the money. But even more importantly, why I'm not interested in retail sales is because if we become dependent on white institutions to sell our products, my messaging has to change. Because I don't bootlick. I ain't into none of that shit, right? The reason I can speak the way that I do is because you support me directly. It's because you, the consumer, buy our stuff directly. We make enough money to keep the doors open to pay Sister Tamiko and the team and the advertising market because you support me. And you support me because I speak the truth, at least from my perspective. And I try to have the best interests at heart for our community. But that's a direct relationship. That is freedom. That is why a lot of our organizations, a lot of our businesses, you see, is watered down and pretty much useless because they depend on white dollars to support them, right? So I want to stay. I think, again, it's not a nonprofit. Like if you like what we do, you like our organization, buy our stuff, right? Now I don't want to put out no trash. I want to benefit you. I want to pour into your family, your community, I want to make you better. I want to deliver, hold me to a higher standard. But if you don't support the business is going to go away. I promise you, I got a lot of talents. I know how to do things. I could just go make money. I could go make money. I could go join these white organizations. I get headhunters all the time trying to get me into their organization. I could go make more money than I make with urban intellectuals, but I'm not interested in that. The ancestors speak to me, and we got a different mission. We are building something special, but it requires the support of the people. Otherwise, this language goes away. Then you see me on Walmart shelves and Targets, and Sunday dinner got to be like lame as hell because we can't have a direct conversation because somebody gonna get offended. And when they get offended, they pull the carrot is the money. This is why supporting Black businesses is critically important. We don't really make this connection. And I promise you, I can make easy mid six figures if in a white organization based on my track record, my history, my education, my acumen, and my deliverance, right? But I'm not interested in that. I want to pour into us. So I allow anybody into the space. You can come and get down, but I ain't changing shit. I curse sometimes. Grandma give me. I say grandma, that's really Tamiko. Tamiko be like, Freddie, you probably want to ease back on that. But I don't know. I just speak with what comes out. I try to be respectful. I love our people and our future, but we are in a crisis. I don't want to act like we're not. I don't even know if I answered your question, sister. I didn't went on another tirade, but that's pretty much how I
You
feel. We
did.
don't got a formalized policy.
You did.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. And I appreciate that because I have a Black agenda and I don't want to waste my time or anybody else's.
Word.
Thank you.
Word. I smell that. I like it, girl. You make me excited. Let's go. Come on, good people. All right, Cecilia, come on into this. I promise y'all got to stick around. I got this next piece. I try to make it short and get to the point, but I feel like it's super important. But I don't want to shut down the conversation. And y'all know I hang out, right? This is the work that I love doing. Sister Cecilia, come on in.
Okay. Yeah, the question about who's accepted into this group has been bothering me for a while too, because I operate in many different worlds. But last week a person used a phrase that made me feel all right, then anybody's accepted. Because rather than it's a black group, it's a group of like-minded people. And any like-minded person is welcome because they have to be like us.
Period.
Right. Doesn't matter what color they are.
Yeah.
They have to be enraged about the things that we're enraged about. They have to be happy about the things that we're happy about. And that's about it, So, I thank you for the space. I thank you very much for the space.
I
And
thank you for
I've been
being
here
here.
since the beginning, I
Yeah,
believe.
yeah, you have. You have. Yeah.
Yeah.
And participating. I appreciate that too.
Yeah, I feel very free to speak up.
Good.
And I think everybody should, because just talking about the madness helps.
It's interesting having you on because I think you will remember the black dude from the UK was on, I forgot his name, but he was like a black Trump supporter or something, and I gave him space to talk, right? Like everybody listen, just because we disagree don't mean I ain't gonna give you space to talk. Now you get disrespectful, we gonna throw your ass out of here and all of that. But just because you have an alternative idea, I'm gonna give you an opportunity. I'm an intellectual. I'm gonna give you an opportunity to listen and talk. But you start getting a little too crazy. We just boot you out. You know what I mean? We still got
That I
talk.
understand and appreciate. And I come from the perspective of a debater. I have been a debater all my life, and you got to listen to the other side because you got to know what you're coming up against.
Yes.
And you have to be prepared to work either side.
Yes.
So that's how I look at the world and say, let me pay attention to what they're saying, because they're hearing a different message
Real talk.
than all the people that I normally deal with. And the people I normally deal with don't believe that they're hearing a different message.
Right.
So we got to be ready because they're out to get us.
They are, man.
So, we have to be like we were during the Jim Crow days and include that people in our world that we can trust and go on about our business.
Yes. Yes. I
And
love
be
it.
ready for everything. Sit there with the grandma with the shotgun on her lap and
hey.
stock it.
Don't start no mess, won't be no mess.
Right. So we got to be ready. We got pickup trucks with gun holders too.
Yes. I love it.
Yeah. So, we got to have our sources. One thing that I have been thinking about was how my father managed during the Depression times and the way he coped as a young adult with not having money, but making friends with folk who he knew who the mechanic was to take the car to, and he knew who knew about stereo equipment. So he could go and ask that person, what should I get? I want to be able to do this, this, and this. And we have all those connections in our lives. And they're the businesses that we would be, I can't think of the word, that we would be using. And we'd have our own little town, whether it's through the internet or physically.
Yeah.
But in our spaces. So this is just a good place to bounce off.
Definitely.
Ideas.
Definitely. I love it. And thank you, sister, always for showing up with us.
You.
She one of grandma's favorites, y'all, if y'all didn't know. That's why she always get that extra piece of sweet potato pie. But some of y'all don't even know grandma be putting her foot in that sweet potato pie now. So if you ain't got none of that, then maybe grandma don't like it. I ain't want to say it, but you know. No, but and I love Sister Tamiko put it in the comments for real. This is not a POC organization. We are not about people of color, right? We're about black folks, right? We're gonna say it, we're gonna say it loud, and if that makes somebody uncomfortable, then take your ass away from us, right? Because that ain't what this is about. We are for us. We moving forward, point blank in the period, and we not crouching it in no comfortable language. We gonna do what we came to do for ourselves, right? They always say, pull yourself up by your bootstraps, get your ass out the way, and we're gonna do just that. Don't worry, we're not worried, we're not asking for permission, we're not asking for approvals, we're not asking for nobody to join us. We just ready to work with the ready, willing, and able, and we putting in work. And I promise, I got a real important conversation. Just hold tight 1 second. I think you're gonna appreciate it, and I'm gonna make it really poignant for you. Sister, is that Lonnie? Is that the sister, brother? I don't know. I'm sorry. I don't want to assume, right? I don't want to get in trouble. Y'all don't do me like that.
No, it's me. I ended up putting Lonnie up in here because the last time I was on the MLK, so I ended up putting Lon on there, which I should have done that. And that Freddie, I want to let y'all know, and like young people say, I fuck with this group. I really like how you all have really just keep it straight up for the Black agenda. And I'm just gonna be honest. Yeah, being down here in Florida, as you see me right now, I'm kind of side hustling right now. Gonna get my money out of Amazon. I'm not. Jeff is on some bullshit and shit with what he did. It did with black folks. So let that be known.
Cut
Yep.
the check,
So
brother.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm gonna still get my money out of.
Yeah.
So but I was up there just pretty much wanting to share for sure. I appreciate everybody. I'm definitely took some note of those black businesses that were up there, but I wanted to really say for sure that we definitely need to continue to stay up for us. And yeah, and definitely trying to encourage our young people because I've gotten real I got disgusted with a couple of and not to say people, politically choose what they want to do, but some of our younger MAGA people, they done jump, they really showing their ass. And I'm just gonna be honest to say that they're not, they say a lot of shit without thought. And I'm like, and right now, and now you got to get to the point where you got to be self-hating, and you don't even want to, recognize your existence. I'm like me being from Mississippi, and I went in, even growing up in the 90s, I still remember a lot of racism shit that went on with me as Indian Mississippi, not even going in to ratify actually to 1999. I was like, yeah, that shit kind of hit me hard in my junior year of high school. Like, yeah, I could have still been a slave technically. So I get it. When people say, "Oh, I didn't grow up like that," and you're just trying to sound oppressed. Now, don't try me with that, and that I'm sounding oppressed because I'm not oppressed. I had a family. I learned, and I'm up here growing, and that's what I'm trying to do now. And now, as being a teacher here in Florida, trying to encourage the younger people that I come into contact with. Yeah, know about yourself and make sure you do the best for yourself, and don't let nobody try to steer you in the direction that you should be going if you're not trying to progress for yourself.
I love it, brother. I love it. And thank you for chiming in, man. I love it when my people come and speak, man. So if this is your first time, go ahead, brother. Come on.
Yeah, no, I just want to say, and fuck the NFL too, because I was just like what you had, what I'm saying? Pretty much fuck that. And then my wife, she only watching the Kendrick Lamar portion, which I was like, yeah, I hope he go to fuck in on him. But I'm over there and them. I was over there with Copernic as well.
Kaepernick.
I can't even say his name right, but
yeah.
I was over with him, after they didn't give him no respect, and I still cuss out a whole lot of my black people that sit up here and want to talk all that about him. Yeah, that'd be a whole nother story.
Yeah. We got to do a whole separate conversation about that. Sister Tamiko, come on in here.
I just wanted to challenge everyone this week. If you could do us a favor, be prepared to share it next week. A list of at least 5 businesses in your immediate area.
I love that.
Tell us what city and state you're in, and if you could give us their name, address, website, phone number, that would be great. Because collectively, like what is that? We lift as we climb, and together we do the work.
Emoji. Yeah.
Yeah, it makes light work or whatever. So if you can come next week with that, would be great. And you can just literally just post it in the chat, and we'll compile it and add it to the document.
I love it. I love it. Thank you for that, Tamiko. I see you back at the desk now. Okay. I guess Ari got it. She got everything she needed. Good. Okay. Hey, 2 hours and 45 minutes in. Let me get to the real important conversation I wanted to have today. Right? How crazy is that? Time be flying by. I want you to remember the Sankofa Club Pharaohs came in and laced us with a lesson in that first hour, right? I like that. I'm still baffled by that. Um, and I don't know how y'all take the organization and the work that we're doing, but I'm floored, right? Like I'm floored by them, the work that they're doing, that Tamiko and Sister Gwen is putting together. I'm just absolutely floored. My heart sings.
Mr. Damon.
Mr. Damon, I'm sorry, Mr. Damon. Yeah, Damon Tyler. They don't even.
Miss Gwen.
We're gonna have to bring Mr. Damon to Sunday dinner. We need that. We need that conversation. Let me let y'all know that we got a black man in here pouring into them babies too now. That's doing SEL work, right? Social emotional learning. Specifically, he's a teacher. He's doing phenomenal. He's been working for a couple of years now. I think 3 years, at least 3 years, right? With us. So it's like, man, y'all see me doing these rants on Sunday dinner, which, I enjoy this. Like I said, this is just fun for me. But man, we actually putting the work in as an organization. And let's get a little bit more dirty. Let's get funky, as they say. So what I've been wanting to say to y'all is now look, I told you, y'all done heard me curse already in front of grandma. Grandma gave me permission. It's time to get your shit together. And I gave you the sister from IG, right? And having that conversation about the real ID and all of that. Yeah, Mr. Damon represents. Yeah, we love Mr. Damon. I love that. Shout him out. We got Tamiko line up one of these Sundays, see if he can make an appearance. I think that'd be great to just have a let's do an interview with him too. Like, and now I'm being greedy. All right, anyway, I'll let you work that out. But anyway, I brought the sister with the real ID conversation and getting that together. That was very important. I thought, but what we own now, what I'm about to say now, I think is like even of more greater importance, right? Right, Tamiko had to lean in. She don't know what I'm about to say. But I'm talking about like getting our financial affairs in order, right? The only promise that I got like one certainty in life, and it's that you're not gonna make it out alive, right? So are you prepared for your death? And I'm being dramatic because we need to be dramatic. We need to be shook because, oh my God, listen, I had a friend call me or inbox me maybe Thursday. And he says, I'm how old am I? 48. I ain't 50 yet. Now that's all I know is I ain't 50 yet. We gonna groove on my 50th, buddy. Anyway, he contacted me Thursday and he said, Freddie, you're like one of the only people that I know that I feel like I can trust with this information. And I know you got a big network of people and I need some help. And I'm like, damn, that was cryptic, right? Like, what's going on, right? And he contacted me through Facebook, right? Our inbox or whatever. And he said, man, I unexpectedly lost my dad, this week. And I won't give up too many details because I don't want nobody to be parsing through my life and figure out who it is. It's a private matter, but they ain't had their affairs in order. And there's assets, let's say, hanging in the balance that's going to end up probably in probate court and going through all of these unnecessary hands in the pockets, right? When you could just have a couple of things in place to make sure that the next generation after you don't, one, they gonna have to mourn your death, right? I mean, I don't really talk about my faith and my belief a lot because I don't feel like it's important. I feel like it's personal, right? I feel like keep that, y'all know how I feel, like keep that to yourself. But what was interesting today, if you think about it, I allow space for the church and all of that conversation, right? When it's relevant and it's useful, I'm like, let's do it, right? But I don't want to fling it around. But I feel like death doesn't frighten me, right? And if I'm just really being honest with you, if we really in the basement of grandma's house and I'm really with my chill cousins and all of that, and like we challenging one another to think and grow greater, I would think that if you love God and Christianity and all of that and Islam like you say you do, you would not only be afraid of death, you'd be looking forward to it. I'm not saying that you're rushing the situation, but to go be with the deity sounds like an amazing thing to me, right? And again, I'm not trying to rush anybody into that, but it doesn't frighten me at all, right? And I believe that everything is in divine order, and I'm cool with whatever happens, whatever transpires. But I want to have my affairs in order for my family so that while they're mourning, they don't have to go through, can I get access to dad's bank account? Does he have a will? Where's this? How do I do that? What about the house? What about? The thing that I know about each and every last one of y'all that's on this call still today is somebody loves you to pieces. And you love them as well. And that ain't just one person, right? You love a multitude of people that's in your sphere. So if you really love them, get your shit together so that they ain't got to deal with it when you gone. Because again, the only promise of life is you ain't going to get out of it alive. So why are we playing? Planes are dropping out of the sky. Car accidents happen every day. We just had a childhood from my neighborhood, a childhood friend of my brother. He's a little older than me. Just had a massive heart attack and died at 55 years old. We eat like shit. We're not concerned about our physical fitness. You ain't got no heart health. You ain't thinking about it. Ain't nobody in your immediate circle putting pressure on you to get your health and fitness together. You don't drink water. You're drinking too much alcohol, too much soda. You're eating greasy foods. You're committing a slow suicide. I'll say it. Somebody got to love you enough to say these things. And I'm in a I'm in a fat boy accountability group. I'm down 19 pounds, by the way. I don't know how to dance, but whatever the kids be doing, they be swinging their arms like that. But I'm geeked about that, right? I got a couple more pounds I think I want to lose. Now I'm on some vanity stuff, so then never mind. Now I'm off subject. But my point is, ain't nobody putting that pressure on you. So I'm gonna be that person. Get your shit together. Get it together because when you die, I want to like get like real morbid. When you die, your people are gonna be in shambles. They gonna miss you. If you've been doing the work, loving your family, pouring into your people, sacrificing like I know you have, working for decades for their betterment and their future, get your shit together. Because they gonna lose it when you die. Whether it's known that it's coming or it's unexpected. Not only get your shit together, get your shit together and then get your people to get theirs together. And oh, Freddie, you don't got to curse. You can, yeah. Right? Sure, I could be more articulate. It could be more elegant, but somebody got to shake your soul. Everybody's been friendly to you. Everybody talks nice. Everybody plays around this game. I don't want to be that person. I want you to see me and be like, well, I don't know what he gonna say, but he gonna come with whatever he feels like is the truth. Sometimes he in left field, sometimes he's right, but he gonna give it to you like he see fit. I don't want to create no fake spaces. If you see me around, if you see me in the space, I'm gonna be authentically me, or I'm not gonna be there, right? Particularly in spaces that I build and create. So I'm gonna be the one. I told you I'm grandma's favorite. Well, I guess I'm grandma's third favorite because we got a couple of pharaohs down there. You can't do nothing about them grandbabies. I mean, them great grands, right? They always take the grandma's heart. But I'm so serious about this, right? Like there are like certain documents that you gotta get together, right? And I know this family is hurting because I don't think the dad had a beneficiary on his banking account. So no beneficiary means this is going to go to probate and hopefully, it's smooth sailing. But why put the courts involved? He could go sign a damn document, right? It ain't even tough, right? There's little things, but I think that we're afraid of the reality. You feel like if you like an ostrich, you put your head in the hole and it ain't nothing gonna happen. Nah, that's bullshit. Death is coming for all of us. And we ain't got to have the Grim Reaper. It's coming. And I hope it's decades into the future and you get enough time to enjoy your family and all of that stuff. I'm not wishing this on you next week, but I want you to understand that it could happen next week. What if? And I like that, Tamiko. Let's write that down. We're gonna start that series. What if you died next week? Next month? Next year? Are your affairs in order? Is everything up to date? Do people know your passwords? Do you have a safety deposit box that somebody can open and get all of this information? These are the conversations we're not having in our families. You putting your head in the hole, you wishing and praying and all of that. You better go wish and pray and get your will together. You better go get that trust and put it in place. You better start doing these things that are necessary for the next generation. When you die, the next generation gonna have to live anyway. Don't put the stress on them over mourning you is tough enough. Put the stuff in place now. That's the message that was on my heart. That's what I experienced last week. I could roll into our legacy building program and start to sell you something. I don't even want to do that, right? I will invite you out Tuesday. Tamiko, can you drop that down? We got a legacy building formula that, Tuesday, I'm gonna go deeper into all of that. But that ain't really what the point was. The point was, I got this message and this brother was distraught. He's mourning his dad. I know I'm gonna be in 30 years when my father passed. I'm putting that in the ether, right? he only 95, right? So in 30 years when he passed, I'm gonna be sick, right? But he got his affairs in order. We already know this. So I want you to leave today, one, feel with the joy of them Sankofa youngsters, right? That poured into their elders, right? To know that our future is in good hands. And it can be in better hands as we continue to pour into our young people. And not just random young people. You got young people in your family. You got children and grandchildren, and some of you might even have great grands, right? Let's pour into them. Queen AJ still here. Oh man, she is in the building. Oh, she'd have heard me cursing. Oops. I gotta tell me when the youngsters in here now. That's Uncle Freddie. Y'all know how he is. Grandma got him spoiled and now he just act out. Hey, Queen, how you doing? Mama said we good. All right, we bow to the Queen, right? All right. But our young people are strong, man. They are so amazing. So you got them in your family. Pour into them. Set them up for success. Especially if you feel like you at the end of your run, then now you really got an obligation to lean into this. Let's take them burdens off of them and get your affairs in order. Number one, while you're here, while you can direct exactly what you want, don't leave it up to them. People in mourning make bad decisions. I want you to really think about your funeral. What does it look like? What do you want to do with the body? Do you know how bad the funeral industry takes advantage of your family? Overcharging you for stuff that don't matter? It don't matter. You got a damn suit on. Who cares? Who cares what your casket look like? How big the wreath is? Who cares? How much money is you just, Freddie, money ain't everything. It's this and that. Well, they ain't doing shit putting it in the ground either. And your family still gonna be here. You know what you could have did with that money? You could have put it in the S&P 500. It could have grew, right? You could be investing in real estate and property. Why is you putting that shit in the ground? Somebody got to tell you the truth. Get your shit together. This is to me. This is to you. This to the elders. This to the youth. Man, Freddie, I'm going to be around for 50 more years. I hope so. And I hope you do good work in those 50 years. I hope you take advantage of it. I heard Janice Bryce Howroyd, the first woman to build $1 billion company, quote the poem If. Right? If you don't know If by Rudyard Kipling, I ain't going to repeat it all, but I know it verbatim. But in the poem, towards the end, it says, if you can fill the unforgiven minutes with 60 seconds worth of distant run. Yours is earth and everything in it, which is more, you'll be a man, my son, right? But 60 seconds worth of distance run. I don't know if you're 50 years out from your last breath or 50 days out from your last breath, but you should run those unforgiven minutes the same way. Feeling them every second. Get your affairs in order. Love on your people. Lead your young people in your family to be bigger and better and greater. 60 seconds worth of distance run. That means filling every moment intentionally with love, passion, leadership, ethics, morality, whatever those things are important to you. I'm not trying to dictate any of that to you. I'm just trying to challenge you to rise to the occasion, to take care of your affairs, to get it in order. Why? Because you can. You're on this side of the grave. You're on this side of life. Because everybody ain't going in the grave. I don't want to be buried. I think it's a useless expense. That's my opinion. You know, you can donate my body. We ain't got to even take on I do want to be a tree though. It's another conversation, but I want to be cremated and buried in a tree and then have a tree grow. But then I hear they're raising the cost of cremation. So I'm like, just donate my body to science then. I'm thinking zero cost. I don't care. I'm gone. I'm not here. The work that I did while I'm here lives on. That's enough. You want to remember me? Do some work for the young people and the people around you in the family. You don't need a damn headstone. I ain't there. I'm everywhere. And if I impacted your life, I'll be with you too. And particularly if you take the things that I'm talking about and you instill them in your next generation, and then it reverberates from here moving forward, I'll be there too. But you gotta put the work in. So that's my challenge to you. I felt it was just on me. I be saying that. I be saying the ancestors be trying to tell me something. And they be like, I'm going to use this crazy guy because he crazy enough to say it. He crazy enough to stand on it and be loud about it. But I believe in you. I believe you are what your family has been waiting on. I don't care how late in the game you think it is. It ain't that late. You got time to change the tide. You just got to have the audacity and the gall of an average white male. I couldn't help it. I always gotta throw a joke in there. I can't help it. But average white men have done amazing things, right? You need that audacity. We walk around too worried about how people gonna think, what they gonna, man, the hell with them people. There's a quote right here. Literally, I got a daily calendar on my thing from Carter G. Woodson. I think it's appropriate in this moment. The father of Black History Month. So rest in peace to the ancestor. It says, no man knows what he can do until he tries. You don't know what you can do until you try. So I dare you to get your shit in order and share with your family what you've done so that it reverberates throughout your generations and it becomes a habit. It becomes a thing. Successful families don't happen by happenstance. They got structure, they got systems, and they got processes. And somebody has to stand in the gap to start creating those things if you don't already have them, or if you have them, to refine those things. But it starts with your will, getting your basic beneficiaries together. What do you want upon your death? What do you want to happen? Can they get access to your goods and the things that you have? And spiritually, hopefully, you've been taking care of that your entire life. So I won't even attempt to speak to any of that. And I'm not qualified. That's not my lane, right? I want you to get your shit together. I'm talking about your financial affairs, your beliefs, and your thoughts on how families should interact with one another, and you should have these important conversations. So, all right, I'm gonna tone it down right there. Anybody want to chime in into the conversation, you can have it. But I'm getting ready to exit stage left. I got some work to do, but I just wanted to make sure that I got that out and I was able to share that with you. Hopefully it touched somebody to take action. I don't know. I don't know how it landed. It felt good over here. I want you to know on this side of the screen, I feel good about it. I feel light now. I'm good. Brother Ralph, come on into the discussion, young man. You're on mute. You're on mute, sir. Near your picture, you should, or down in the lower. There you go.
I got it. Yeah. No, that was a subject that I've been working on, trying to learn something about for a year, approximately. Because what I discovered when I relocated from Illinois to Florida, I had my will and all of that in place. However, as it turns out, when you relocate to other states, a lot of your previous legal documents don't apply in that particular state. It's the way they make more money, you know. So I'm in the process of trying to put together my trust, you know, and I'm saying trust as opposed to will because
I think you need
if you
both.
don't
I think you
have
need both.
it, yeah, you get a pour over will to go into the trust. Yes. So I just wanted to share that for anyone that might be listening. The trust is what's going to keep you out of probate.
Yep.
A will is going into probate. And in this state of Florida, you automatically have to have an attorney that you have to pay to execute your will. And it might take you a year, 9 months, 2 years to get to the court. Your family is tied up and all of your assets are locked up, even if you don't have any money or anything like that. Just the fact that they got to dispose of your doggone your life based upon whatever the court now says, as opposed to what you wanted done. So I just wanted to throw that in, and hopefully I'll get this done this week. I have an appointment coming up, and maybe this will be the one where I could finalize. But I did a lot of research, just trying to learn, what am I supposed to be doing? What are they going to try and do to me? And how much are they going to try and rip me off? And I'm trying to shop with the sisters and the brothers in the business, the legal business. And, you know, it's sad, but I went through 4 of them, different companies around the country, and they're just not trying to do business.
Yeah.
They don't get back like they need to, or like I need them to.
Yes.
And that's sad to say, but I'm gonna keep searching. And I got someone, hopefully they're gonna do the job this week so I can move on with other things that are important as far as setting up the family legacy and
Yes.
teaching my family this. Because unfortunately, we lost a grandson up there 2 months ago, and my trustee that I'm appointing, which is my daughter, her son passed away, which is my first grandson born. And he had all of his documents set up with his jobs and so forth and everything. And he gave her power of attorney, but he did not appoint her a trustee or anything like that. So the power of attorney doesn't apply with the insurance companies. Now they had to go get she's working with a lawyer to get the insurance companies to release the monies because they were tied up because the insurance companies, another way they play the game is to hold on to that money as long as they can from dispersing it to you, even though they know you're entitled to it. But by law, you need to have that will or trust. Illinois, you can get away with a lot with a will, but in Florida, you can't. So just passing that out there into the audience, guys. This is serious because, and I'm almost 80 years old. I'm with the rest of the group here. It's we need to take action because they're going to leave us high and dry. And I'm hoping to teach my grandkids and great grandkids through my example what we need to do in order to avoid having hassle and putting that problem on your trustees and your beneficiaries and everything because it's already traumatic that emotionally that they're going through it. And the ridiculous part about it, our people right there in the neighborhood, and you know who I'm talking about, the big companies, but I'm not going to mention any names.
Well
They
played. Well
wanted
played.
him to get a $350 haircut. They want him to get his nails done. The women are getting new this and new that. They want to spend about $20,000 just to dress him up in a damn casket.
Yeah.
It's like that's money that could be to his kids' educational fund in a 529 or something.
For
At the
real.
very least.
That's another
You
great
know.
conversation. The 529 for your grandbabies and
Yeah.
the life insurance piece and
yeah, the IUL.
all that.
Yeah.
Thank you for sharing, brother.
Yes.
Sorry to hear about your
You
loss.
welcome.
That's wow.
Oh, hey, that's what we go through. We all going to go through it, and we all going through it some point in time.
Ain't that the truth?
But I'm happy he was good people.
Yeah.
And he went out. I'm proud. I'm proud. That's the bottom line.
I love to hear
Okay,
that,
I'm
brother.
done.
All right. But
All
I love to
right.
hear that. I love to hear that, man. Like I feel your smile, right? Like that was dope. Thank you for sharing that. Yeah, but like you said, man, like it's a lot going on, man. We dressing up, spending thousands of dollars to go jump in the dirt. Like, it sounds ridiculous, but literally that's what we do, right? So anyway, I don't want to be too disrespectful. But we're literally Tuesday. We're gonna have this conversation. So I'm bringing it up because I want you to think about it. I want you to get this done, whether you work with us or not. But like, I saw somebody inbox me and said, "Man, I want to do all of this, but honestly, I don't know what to do, where to go." So brother, sister, I won't say who it was. Like literally, this is the next evolutionary step of urban intellectuals. We're getting in this space, and because we don't know what to do, and it is scary, and we got a lot of questions, but this is the next because okay, we are a Black History company, but really at our root, like when we peel away the layers, we're an empowerment company, right? That's what I want y'all to get from me. And this it talking to y'all from Sunday dinner really let me know like this is really we're missing this piece and we cheating. We hoping and we praying, but we ain't planning and preparing, right? So let's get this together. Anyway, we're gonna talk about it. I think Tamiko, if you could drop the link down there for me. I'm a legacy member, right? Karen, drop. Yeah, thank you, Karen. She joined our legacy building program. But we're doing that. Sister Eunice, come on into the discussion. You've been quiet today. Grandma
I
was like
know.
wondering.
I've been busy today.
Okay, okay.
I belong to a group here, Tawi Village, and we did presentations, and I was one of them. So I I was kind of being quiet, but we're talking about estate planning. I'm 81 years old, and I'm the matriarch of our family, and so I tell them, who's getting what, because sometimes some family members, think that they're getting this or they're getting that. So you have to tell it in a group, make sure that everybody hears it, so that no one assumes, that they're getting something. And if there are any changes in your family, if someone gets a divorce, someone dies, you have to go back and change that will. So if you've done a transfer on death, you have to make sure, if you want them to get that car and it's paid for, take it and have it registered so that they can get it. So a lot of times you can avoid a lot of things, by just putting things into place. I belong to Dr. Boyce's investment group, and we do stocks. And this weekend, I'm going to share with some people how they can get started. But in that group, you have to make sure that your money is uh, uh, allocated to who you want to go to, and just like you say, just bite the bullet. We know that we don't get out of this alive, so make sure that we prepare for the next generation. We all would like to live forever, but we know that that's not so.
Yeah.
So it's been good. I just enjoy everything. Everything that everybody says is a good group. I like it. I'm an old teacher. I don't mind some cussing, but it's when it gets to cursing. But
Keep me in
I
line.
know
Keep me in line, man. Keep me in
oh,
line. You
that's
gotta
all
watch
right. But you're not doing any really bad ones. So,
it. I keep it PG-13, but
yeah, but
I
it's
do
still
drop that
all
S
good. Yeah.
word.
All of us, in order to sometimes, because we don't have, this is not our language, so that, sometimes that's the only way we can express, deep down what we really mean.
That was deep. I like
Okay.
that. This is
Okay.
not our language. Yeah, yeah. I love that. I love that. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for being here.
Thank you. Thank you for being here.
Oh, I love that. And hold me to a higher standard now. I'm okay with that.
I know you're all right.
Yeah, yeah. I just want to be great, man. I want to be great. I got a lot to live up to. This is my mama and daddy right here now. I got a lot to live up to now. And mama she would be like, all right, now you use your three. Use your three now. Like, okay, I'm gonna let you go. I'm gonna grab your ear here in a minute now. But yeah, Bobby, it's the choice words. Yeah, yeah, choice words. We just can't drop them all the time. Um, but man, I don't know. Like I said, I love this space. I love these conversations. And if you don't get anything from me, I want you to get that I want you to win. And win doesn't necessarily mean making more money. I want you to make more money, right? I want you to be successful in whatever you dream, but I want you to feel whole as a person. I believe success is a personal journey, but it's like our target, right? You got to get yourself together so that you can heal your family, so that we can heal better families, make better communities, a better community, make better diaspora, but we need to work from the inside out. So a lot of the things you hear me talking about is deeply personal, because you got to get yourself together. See, I used a different S. Y'all thought I was going to do it again, right? I was Sister Eunice, she said something, so I got to watch myself now. So get yourself together. There we go. Get yourself together. All right, I like that. I can still use my enthusiasm with self. But I think like that's really, really important. And man, I'm always gonna challenge you. I'm gonna try to every time we come each week, I'm gonna try to make you better. I promise you that. Yeah, come on in, Zonda. Come on into the discussion. We just going long. I don't even know. We're gonna have to set a time because this looking like we can go all day. Zonda, did I delete you?
No, no, you didn't delete me. I was just trying to figure out how to get the unmute the pop
Okay.
up on my. I'm looking at my phone So sometimes I'd be hitting the button and it doesn't pop up. So,
I got you.
but yeah, it's I just first I wanna say I appreciate your talks. I appreciate your viewpoints and stuff like that because it's definitely put me in a different viewpoint. I have been missing in action in the last few meetings since the last one I was in, and we were talking about the Black
I
History.
ain't want to say nothing, but Grandma was like, "Where's she at?" Like, she said she was coming, but all right. Anyway, go ahead. I can't help myself, y'all. I promise. I'll stop.
and we were talking about the Black History program
Mhm.
at Black History Museum, African American Museum, and it really that thought you talked about as far as our mindset and focusing on the slavery and stuff like that, and I was so impressed by it.
Mm.
And but when I really started thinking about it after you made your comment, like that's not, I don't remember exactly what you said, but I'm paraphrasing that it was more so, accentuating that's not our history.
Right.
And um, so I started thinking about that and how not only that, but how we look at the struggles and stuff like that, but it's really not our history. So, but that was one piece, and I was just want to say I just appreciate your thoughts and stuff like you was talking about with the trust, which I totally wills and getting your affairs in order, which I wholeheartedly believe in, because that is just to the utmost, which we don't do enough of, and we don't talk about enough of, in our family circles and stuff like that. At the table, at the gatherings, at Thanksgiving, Christmas, birthdays, holidays, whatever it may be. I think that those conversations should be more prevalent, and which that's what I'm doing in my own personal life, um, just to bring up the conversation. We get to deal with these basic truths. So, and another thing that, so in talking about the trust, it's, and how one of I don't know his name, but it was said earlier about we spend all this money on our clothes, our hair, and stuff like that, but we are really good consumers. But we haven't practiced how to be good entrepreneurs, and I think that's something that we need to make a practice of more of
Okay.
than we have been in a that we in our routine as a daily, and that's a practice. That's another practice I'm doing. So that's basically what I wanted to share as far as um and that previously before me she's mentioned Boyce Watkins, and that's what I got out of too. I'm a part of that group as well, and it's like not trying not to be more so being more conscious of me being a consumer as opposed as an entrepreneur, and that's definitely an individual thing on my part.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
I'm done.
No,
Thank
no,
you.
anytime.
Thank you.
Grandma said now that you're back, you can come in and you chime in. But yeah,
I
shout out to the
redeemed myself. Thank you.
right. You can't tell me nothing. I'm the messy cousin. I'm gonna say something like
Thank you
no,
very much.
no, but I appreciate you joining. Shout out to the B1 family, right? Boyce is my dude. Like, I don't know, I don't really like Tamiko is always like, I'm sorry, thank you, Sister Zana.
You're
I ain't gotta
welcome.
keep you on.
I'm trying to
But
unmute now.
yeah, so Boyce is my dude, right? Like, he literally lives down the highway from me, right? Like that's my guy. Like, I love Boyce to death. Like, that is I wish he was my brother. So I'm just claiming him anyway. But Tamiko is always talking about my network. I'm just fortunate to be around a lot of amazing people. And Boyce is definitely one of them. That brother is, hey, he doing the work. He doing the work. Everybody don't like him. Nobody's perfect. Blah, blah, blah. I'm sure people don't like me too, right? All of that good stuff. But he's doing the work. And it's important work. And I ain't gonna challenge him on this financial tip, right? Like my man got a PhD in this joint, right? Like folks be on that internet talking crazy. I'm like, this dude, this dude put in the work, right? Like not only can he make money, he knows how he's making money from the market. He literally understands it at a PhD level, and folks be arguing and debating. I don't know, but anyway, Boyce is hilarious. I love that brother, man. Him and his brother Lawrence. I don't know if y'all know Lawrence too. Lawrence ain't as me and Boyce, I think we vibe because our energies are similar. Me, I vibe with Lawrence, but you know, Lawrence is a true intellectual. And apparently there's a sister involved. I've never met the sister, but apparently the three of them be cooking, right? So shout out to the B1 family. That's what I was going for. Anyway, Laura, come on into the discussion. I don't know when we
Yeah.
ended, y'all. Y'all might just have to cut me off.
Okay. I just tried to register, and there seems to be something going on with the registration. So it says it's 8 p.m. on the four. Oh, right, there it is. Okay. The date is wrong, and then when you register, it takes you to a wrong time. So anyway, I hope I can attend with the registration I have, or do I need to re-register?
No, it's updated.
Okay.
Okay.
So I go back in
Yeah.
and register now? It's
No,
okay.
you don't have to.
You don't have
Okay, I'll be able to get it on Tuesday. Okay, and then last comment I wanted to make is, can you make them later in the day for those that are on the Pacific Coast? Because at 8 a.m. here for us, that's a little
That's
early for us.
5 p.m.
Because it says a.m.
Oh no,
Oh,
it should be p.m.
Okay. All right.
Lord, no way. I ain't done with my workout by then. Yeah, no.
Okay. So as long as it's in the evening, then I'm sure to be able to attend. It's
That
iffy
should
in the
be
mornings,
8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
which
Okay.
is 5 my time Pacific.
5 your time.
Okay.
p.m.
Gotcha.
Oh Lord, no. No way.
Okay. I'm glad I spoke up.
Yeah. Thank you for saying something. And we gonna get it together. Hey, we be messy sometimes. We not perfect, right? Like, so y'all just give me a little grace, but definitely call it out. We need to know, because if you see an error, we literally don't know that it's there, right? Because we're not just trying to give you facetious information, right? Yeah, so hold us accountable there. But yeah, that's just an error. Probably just moving too fast. Sister Eunice, come on back. Come on, B1. I know you're in the B1 family. Let's go.
Well, I was messing around with the emojis down here, and I hit that one. But I used to get you and Boyce's emails confused. At one time, I thought you were the same, until finally, I I I I think I've been purchasing things from both of you, and I said, "Is it the same company?" And it took me a while before I realized there was two different companies. That's all I wanted to say. But I
Oh,
was
okay.
messing around with these emojis, and I couldn't get my take it off.
I lowered it for you.
Oh,
Um,
okay, thank you.
but yeah, Boyce and I have done some things together, like where we jointly promoted something. So maybe that's when you got caught up and was like
Hmm.
thinking it was the same. Um,
Mm,
Ideologically, we the same.
okay.
Right. I mean, B1 is his thing, but we a B1 organization. So that I'm in it, and I fully support Boyce and anything that he's doing, because I love that brother. Like genuinely, got a real love for the community and people.
Yes.
He ain't faking the funk. It's not an internet dance. Um, yeah, and they doing work. Like they doing the real work in that space. So I just love it, man. I ain't got enough words to show my appreciation for who he has been, and I'm honored to be a friend, because for years I watched him from a distance, right? And then we ended up. It's kind of crazy. I'm in this mastermind, y'all, and I end up with these. This is part of the reason I got an incredible network, is because I invest in myself, right? I invest in my education and my growth, and then I end up in these rooms, and then we end up talking, and then now we staying at the same hotel. So we eating lunch or dinner together, or we at the bar, hanging out, talking in the lobby. And, you just find common ground and love other people, and things start to build. Then he lived down the street from me. It's kind of crazy, but I'm honored to be a friend of his, for real. I got so much respect for that man. It's incredible. But yeah, all right. I'm gushing over Boyce, right? Like that's my
Good to
dude,
hear,
though.
brothers.
I really appreciate that guy. Yeah, divine intervention. Yeah, for real though. But you gotta invest to put yourself in different spaces and places, right? I mentioned maybe a couple of Sunday dinners ago, like the space that I'm talking about, we paid 75, well, it's $75,000 for the investment a year to be in this space, right? So it's not a little bit of money, right? But the quality of people that we meet in there, and this is the stuff, like when I come to you, y'all be talking to y'all, like I ain't pulling this out of Chat GPT. I ain't pulling this off the internet, right? Like I'm in spaces with these experts. And like I said, like end of February, I'll be at Disney learning about leadership, right? We've been so many different places getting exactly like last night I had my Dartmouth sweatshirt on, right? But I had that on because we were at Dartmouth, right? Going through a specialized program built for us to teach us about accounting and strategic leadership in our business, right? I'm not playing. Like I'm not playing. Like this ain't. It's fun, but it ain't a game, right? Like we build it. I pour into me. I spend money. Like our my personal development budget is large. It ain't quite six figures, but it's damn close, right? Um, and it's only going to grow over time. So like when you see me talking, I ain't talking out the side of my neck. Like we done did. I am wrong at times. I'm not perfect. And there's definitely space between what's the best and what I'm saying, but I'm getting better every time. And I'm deliberate and intentional about that. And I don't make no apologies about it because I invest. I believe the best asset that I have in my life is me and this fertile ground between my ears, and I invest in it. And people around me, I challenge you to do the same. You don't got to go spend $75,000, but I'm also looking at my bookshelves. And I think about the books that's downstairs, the books that's in my closet, hell, the books in my bedroom, like, and the courses I've taken and the conferences I've gone to. And if you follow me on Instagram or drop my Instagram. I've been growing my personal Instagram, y'all. So let me give me a let me give me a quick plug. But if you follow it, like you will see me in a lot of these different spaces, but it's intentional and I'm investing in my growth because I just want to be better. I want to serve y'all better. I want to build a better network so I can bring more intelligent people and people that's way more intelligent than me, like Boyce, right? Into spaces where you can have direct contact with them. And if you're in our Sankofa Circle program, right? Then all of the interviews that I do for like our podcast, you'll be there at the interview, right? You'll be at the Zoom session. And then once I'm done with the interview, you'll have an opportunity to ask your questions directly to the expert. Be like we just did the AI summit, right? So we had Alicia Little, Queen of AI, come and talk to us about artificial intelligence, how you can use it in your personal life, your professional life, your entrepreneurial life, how you can make it better. But after we did the interview, our Sankofa Circle got to ask their questions directly to this woman that if you paid for that 30 minutes, right, it would not be free. Let me tell you this, right? So I'm building those relationships with these experts so that, and then bringing it to you. And if you're in our Sankofa Circle, you will get that direct access. But then we also just offered our legacy building formula. Y'all will also get access to these interviews as well. But we got a lot going on, but I invest in it because I want to grow personally, but I want to grow the network so that I'm just bringing the best and the brightest in the community to our community, right? So it's like there's a personal investment, but there's a business investment involved as well. And news flash, news shock, you own a business, you can buy professional development and write it off on your taxes, right? Like I mean, it's literally a business expense. I'm becoming a better person or a better business owner. So I'm going to Disney. So my flights, my meals, and everything is, a tax deduction. But we need to understand entrepreneurship. I think somebody just mentioned that. Was that you, Eunice? That was you, right? Yeah, yeah. Just mentioned that we need to know more about
It was a,
entrepreneurship.
yeah, it was the lady before, after me.
After you, okay.
Yeah. Mhm.
Tamiko, can you drop a link? How did they join the Sankofa Circle? Come out, CM, come out Tuesday.
Tuesday. Yeah.
Yeah, come out Tuesday. We're going to talk about it, but I got a bigger piece. All of this legacy conversation that we've been having, we're going to have it Tuesday. Like getting your affairs in order. I'm bringing in the professionals to help you get your affairs in order. Learning about the history and culture. Like we're talking about giving the membership to the Sankofa Circle and the Sankofa Club for your grandchildren. I ain't even talked about the genealogy piece and building family legacy and putting systems in place so that when the greatest of all experiences happen to us. Woo! I'm into philosophy, y'all. So Alan Watts talks about the greatest of all experiences being death, right? Because it's the one thing that you haven't experienced yet, but it's coming, right? So he calls it the greatest of all experiences. So when the greatest of all experiences happens to us, that you have a system built out and a process built out in your family that all of the things we talked about and much, much more reverberates generation after generation because you've been intentional about making it a thing and building out the systems and the platform so that you can know it, but then you can teach it to your children, their elders, and they're just passing this system down. That's what we're talking about on Tuesday. So anyway, there's a lot. Anyway, if you join that or the Sankofa Circle, which is just our Black History classes for adults, you'll gain access to our private interviews. I'll put the interview up on YouTube. So if you like follow us on YouTube or whatever, you can get the interview, but you won't get your questions asked because that's specifically for our private clients. Hope you're going to cover what a person who has no family, siblings, or situation can do. I love that. Yeah, Laura, absolutely. Because just because you don't have okay, man, I was thrown with no siblings or anything. But you can, if you are
I'm the
getting ready
last
to
standing
transition.
person in my family. I'm the last of the siblings. I never married, had kids, so thus no grandkids. And I just went through the experience. My brother, who he passed on the 27th suddenly, and he had a ton of assets. He was a multimillionaire, and I'm dealing with that whole situation right now
Right
that
now.
you're talking about. So it really resonates with me, and it's no joke.
No, it's
It's
not
not fun at
at
all.
all. At all.
And you'd be surprised how many people come out of the woodwork.
Oh yeah. The great your cousins you ain't never seen before, right? I'm
It's a
sorry to
girl.
giggle. I didn't mean. I
I'm
didn't mean.
calling her 4-day girlfriend. She knew him for 4 days, and all of a sudden she here. And
4-day girlfriend. That's deep.
4 days. I'm not gonna even tell you what I said because grandma's in the room. But y'all know.
No, I
Y'all
can
know.
imagine. I can imagine.
I'm from St. Louis, and then I'm also living in Oakland. So put two and two together.
Yeah. You got some colorful words, let's say.
Oh yeah.
Sister Eunice looking at me, so we use the colorful words now.
Yes. I have to remind
Oh,
her. I know what whole shit is when I see it. Okay.
that's the Bay Area right there.
Be you.
Yeah. Yeah. But I would say I got man. Look, all right. We're not gonna be here forever, but I would say that you just got to figure out what's important to you, who you want to support, and where you want your assets to go. There's a great book I talk about a lot by uh, Chuck Sweeney. It's called "The Billionaire Who Wasn't." It's an excellent read. Whether you get the physical book or you get the audio book, it'll blow your mind. But he's the billionaire behind y'all remember when it was like Oprah was like, I'm gonna give away all of my money before I die. And like then all these billionaires was like, I'm gonna give away my money, give away my money, give away my money. He's the one that really initiated this. Um, because one, he just felt like don't nobody need all that damn money. And he was like, my family don't need that money. Like he literally gave his family $50 million. He kept $2 million. He's worth like, I think it was like $6 or $7 billion, right? So he gave his family, his wife, his ex-wife, like they divorced. He gave her 50 million. He kept two, and then he built the foundation to give away all the rest of the money to worthy organization. I forget the name of his foundation. If I could name the foundation, you would know what it is because they're giving away that much money. But I'm ruining the book for you, by the way. Maybe you don't even need to read it. But in that evolution of the process, because he was alive when he did this, I think he's still alive, honestly. He realized that he gave these billions of dollars to this foundation to give away the money, but he realized the corporate people, on the board and the CEO and all of that, they fly in private jets. They own like Wall Street, Fifth Avenue, Mahog, like they were spending the money for themselves. And like he didn't know because he flew commercial, he took taxis. He only had, if you can say only $2 million. He was just a normal person. And he like, this my money. Hey, y'all flying private? I'm in an office with Freddie Taylor's desk, and y'all got mahogany everything, and on Fifth Avenue. And he like did it the whole thing. Then he put a mandate in the program that said they had to spend every single dollar by the year, I think it was like 2015. So they had like 6 years to spend billions of dollars. Not spend, but give away billions of dollars because he wanted to divest it all because the people that was running it were just using it like they rich. So anyway, I said that because even if you got your family, you know, they might not be doing the best things with it anyway. So while you're alive, while you're still in control, you can mandate literally how the money is depicted. So even though you don't have children, you can put your trust in place, establish the trustee, and then you can instruct them literally from the grave on what this money is supposed to do. So maybe, you know, your childhood high school, you're like, or your elementary school, I want to pour into the babies around there. So I want to designate so much for them. Or, you know what? I really think that creating more trees is important and sustainable for us moving forward in life. So I want to, create 50,000 trees around it. Like whatever, like literally whatever it is, but you've worked your entire life to generate something. You can control that, whether that's, legacy and building it through children, or whether that's legacy through organizations and impacting people around stuff missions that make sense to you. Does that make sense? I don't know. I know I kind of crossed the line and got a little out there, but The Billionaire Who Was It? Yeah, I love that. I love that. That's a great book, by the way. Yeah, all right. I'm all over the place right now. I'm gonna jump out of here. But I enjoyed y'all, man. We almost did 4 hours, right? Grandma, she eyeballing me in the background. She like, yeah, I can't tell grandma nothing. She gonna go watch the game. So what I'm gonna tell grandma, like, I'm gonna be like, grandma, don't be watching football. She like, listen here, baby, hush. Right? That's how grandma be, man. That's how she do me. And then she gonna put me to work in the basement doing something because she always needs something. But I was raised right. We gonna do what grandma need. But I really enjoyed the conversation today. Hopefully y'all have as well. We're gonna be back next week, doing the same thing, right? Digging into more important discussions. And hopefully y'all are okay with me being in your face about these things. I know I got a little passionate today about it, but I want you to I want this to be on the forefront of your mind, man. This is important stuff. Oh, and I'll leave you with a positive story. There's somebody that we work with. I'll just leave it that way. That's in the organization, around the organization, whatever, who lost their mother unexpectedly, and all of that. but they had all of these things in place. And she talked about the relief from it, just being able to, bang, 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 like just operate that and have a seamless process of the transfer of assets and all of that, giving them space to properly mourn their mom, right? Like I lost my mama. Oh, I almost cried. Hold on. Look. It's 2019. I love that woman, right? I'm the baby boy, right? I'm the baby boy. I be talking about grandma, but I'm definitely mama's favorite now. Hopefully my siblings ain't home and they ain't hear that, but they know I'm the baby. So the baby always the favorite. But yeah, that's my lady there. But oh man, oh that was tough. Okay. I forgot where I was going, man. That got a little too deep for me. But she, damn, I don't even know what I was talking about.
You lost her, and I think you're going to where certain things weren't in order because you were talking about the other person.
Yeah. Oh yeah. How difficult it is to lose your mama, right? Like mama had her affairs in order too, right? So we were able to properly move along. So like this person that we were working with, she just expressed last week how appreciative she was of that process, right? Because I mean, it's hard to lose a parent, right? And hopefully not many of y'all understand that pain, but probably you do, right? Because we ain't nobody getting out of this alive. And just get your stuff in order. I still got Eunice up here on my thing, and then Miss Dale looking at me right there too. So I'm gonna be all right. I'll be all right. If the elders looking at me, I'll be right. But if y'all end up on a different page, you turn your camera off, then I might get managed again. But um, yeah, just get them affairs in order, man, and be prepared for it. I don't want you to be afraid of death. I don't want you to rush either. But I think it is. I think the phrase "is the greatest of all experiences" is a really interesting thing. Again, I don't want you to rush for it. I'm not in a rush for it. We got too much work to do. But having them affairs in order, and the sister that shared that with us, it was just such a relief. It was such a relief. And she talked about it, how not stressing because we just followed this and that. And it was just like the total opposite of what the brother told me this week. Um, so I don't want that for you. I don't want that for, your family or any of that, especially when you are of sound mind and body and you can just do small things to make it easier, and put them in a better financial position, and like keep the damn government out y'all business, right? They ain't got no business in there anyway, right? They gonna tax it, then they pulling their money out. Like, man, let's keep them all out of there. So anyway, yeah, I'm gonna try to end on a positive note before I make a left turn and go into something else. But I appreciate y'all being here today for 3 hours and 46 minutes. And we don't be playing here at Sunday dinner, man. But I do say thank you for being here because this genuinely is a space that feeds my soul. I'm going to be able to work all week and be happy and be looking forward to next week and trying to figure out how exactly are we going to continue this energy and pour into y'all again. Another amazing segment. Oh, thank you. We definitely appreciate y'all. And thank you for hanging out with me, man. But I thoroughly enjoy this. This makes my heart sing. This is important work, and I enjoy it. And we're gonna work hard to grow the space even bigger. My challenge to you, one, is join our letter writing campaign to the Blacksonian. Tamiko made something, but I want you to invite your friends and family as well, coming on and join us. And Tamiko, what was you came in there? Oh, give us the black businesses, right?
In
That
your
you
immediate
support.
area. Right.
Yeah. And let's make sure we get Shardon soon so that we can really have that conversation. Because you got these subscription services that you're buying. Let's just be intentional about adding a black business to it. It ain't a lot. Let's switch up your toothpaste, your deodorant, something that's on a recurring cycle. that can make a difference, man. Let's support these businesses because we're going to need them. Ain't nobody doing us no favors. Let's be a favor to ourselves. So thank you, Sister Tamiko, for being here today. Grandma said you might get a little bit of that sweet potato bread. She pretty special. Sweet potato pie, my bad. Sweet potato pie. She said you might be a little special. If y'all on the naughty list, you might get pumpkin pie, but that's another joke in the conversation later. Y'all, I told y'all I'm that cousin now. I'm that messy cousin. Y'all got to mess with me, but I appreciate y'all. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Nathaniel. I appreciate that. Appreciate all y'all for being here, man. Happy Sunday to you. Let's have a great week. With peace and blessings to everybody. If you have any questions or you have any concerns or you know something ain't going right, you can always email us at support@urbanintellectuals.com. That's support@urbanintellectuals.com. The team will definitely take care of you. Wait, the Queen says, thank you for Sunday dinner. Had a lot of fun and we'll try to come earlier next time. I can't believe the Queen hung out with us. We are honored to be amongst royalty. We appreciate you. Right, dinner was delicious. Oh my God. At least the virtual dinner was delicious. Now, hopefully you go get some real dinner and fill up your belly too. But we appreciate you here at Sunday dinner. Right, one day we'll make this shirt actually available. I know I'll be teasing y'all every week and be saying we gonna do that. We don't do it, but it's coming. I appreciate y'all. Until next time, y'all know what it is. Love, peace, and power to the people. Good night, everybody.
Good night, everyone. Thank you, Miss Gwen.
Good
Thank you.
night.
Good night.
Good
Good
night,
night,
everybody.
everybody.
Good night.
Thank you. Good
Shalom.
night.
Blessings to all.
That was good.
Love,
Hotep.
peace, and power.
Yes,
Hotep.
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 Peace and blessings, everybody.
Get those documents.
Get those documents. Get those documents. I like that. That's a better way to end. Get those documents. Yeah, y'all can do it.